afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the final day of the final tournament to find out who will be crowned champion of the Circuit Season 5 European Division. Also, guys, if that's the first time you guys are seeing the Worlds trailer, I mean, come on, guys. That's absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen anything about that yet, there is a previous stream here on the channel that you can go check out. Get some more details about that and how that's going to be running. But what we do have for you today right now is going to be one solid best of five to show it all. It's going to be great. It's going to be Invictus versus G9, barely skating their way here. If you guys didn't see yesterday's match, please at least go watch the last one yesterday. It was absolutely a phenomenal ending, and the way they got here was just prime. But before we get too deep into that, I'm a master, and this is our good guy, main guy, Twist.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, welcome to the show. As you said, if yesterday is any telling of what we're gonna see today, I mean, it's gonna be amazing. Like, if you haven't seen yesterday's stream, watch this one and then maybe rewatch yesterday because we had like three 12 to 12 games. We had such intense moments. Like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you have to watch it. In my opinion, yesterday was the best Critical Ops day that I've casted like so far. Like, I've casted 4 circuits so far, and I honestly think yesterday was like just the peak for everything, for emotions, for tension, for just the best Critical Ops competitive gameplay that you could ask for. So let's hope the same repeats today in the finals in the best of 5. But before we begin with the actual matches, as always, for the people who are maybe just tuning in to the Critical Ops scene, who don't really know how Circuit works, just a quick recap. So there are 2 main tournaments, main tournament number 1 and number 2. In both these tournaments, teams play, they advance in playoffs. The further you get, the more points you get. And then based off of the points in both of these tournaments, you get a leaderboard. And out of that leaderboard, the top 4 teams advance. So even if you do bad in main tournament number 1, you still have a chance to do good in main tournament number 2 and perhaps get enough points to advance. So what we're going to see today is the finals of everything, because this weekend has been the final tournament, the final playoffs, but the 4 teams that advanced, 2 have already been eliminated. All right, we're not going to see any more Valorous or Hammers. We're going to see G9 and Invictus today. This is the finals. This is for all the marbles. This is everything. G9 yesterday, again, I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say that we didn't expect them to make it to the finals, the way how the first few games went. But they are in the finals, and they're going to play against Invictus. And it's funny to see that both these teams actually had the most amount of points, so it kind of makes sense. But again, Hammers was really close. And Valorous, they're also up there, breaking double digits. Definitely not an easy feat to do, to be on leaderboard, but alright, let's take a look at the brackets so far. So this is what we've been seeing throughout this weekend. We started with G9 versus Hammers and then Invictus versus Valorous. The winners went to the semis, the losers went to the consolidation rounds to then one team making it to the semis. And I mean, look at this, G9, they lost their first game. They were down. Like, if they lost against Valorous, they're out. If they lose against Hammers, they're out. But they didn't lose. They made it to the finals. And Invictus, they're on the other side. And so far, Invictus haven't really lost. As we can see, they won both Valorous and Hammers. So for Invictus, it's been a way easier ride to the finals than for G9. But, from struggle comes power. We'll see. We'll see if G9 is actually able to extend their insane comeback in these brackets. Or Invictus, just sailing smoothly, just taking it without any losses. Hey, Master, tell us about the prize pool, because I feel like, the guys need to know what teams are actually competing for.
Absolutely. And so far, everybody has secured their 4th and 3rd place for their current prizing. Today, we are looking at 2nd and 1st place. Guaranteed, somebody's going to be securing that 2nd place, which will award them $800, 4,000 credits, 15 event and premium cases. And then, ultimately, the number 1 person, whoever that team may be, whether that is Invictus or G9, they'll be taking home $2,000, 5,000 credits, 20 event and premium cases, and of course, that lovely, unique Circuit Season 5 skin that they'll be able to tote around, show off, and have all the good times with, to show everybody that they are absolute champions of champions in the world, and especially in the European division.
Oh, for sure. The skin looks absolutely amazing. I mean, again, if you want to if you want to acquire a skin like this, We're not going to be able this season because, we already have our finalists, but definitely if you're someone who's interested in the Critical Ops competitive scene and you want to compete yourself, you actually want at least a chance to get a skin like this, partake in Circuit Season 6. After this, we're going to have Season 6. I'm not sure when, but eventually it will come. So whenever that is, the signups are going to be open. Anyone can partake, anyone can compete, so give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? Anyways, let's move on to the main dish, the thing that actually everyone I believe is here for. Invictus versus G9, a best of 5. So potentially we're going to see 5 maps. Unless one of the teams takes it in 3 games or 4, we're going to see 5 maps. The tensions are as high as ever. Let's take a look at the teams. Let's take a closer peek in what they actually have to offer. So if we simply look at the achievements, Invictus have a bit better maps won to maps lost ratio. They are there with more than two maps won to one map lost, and they also have a very very solid lineup. I mean, again, they've gotten to the finals undefeated, so they've had quite an easy ride. But there's a reason why it's easy. When all of your players on the team are just completely stacked, when all the players are the best in the world almost, obviously you're going to have a somewhat of an easy time to make it to the finals. So Invictus are a very, very feared opponent. I mean, just look at their lineup, like names that have been playing the game for years and been actually at the top of the game for years. Vulgrant, Recurse, GTA, EXZ, Mixage, Pre, and Banes. This is the lineup. Like if you if you enter a rank game and you see this on the other side, yeah, it's not going to be the best. And then imagine them, but playing actually in the finals. Anyways, let's take a look at the other side of things, which is G9. Now G9, I kind of crowned them the fighting spirit team yesterday, just because of how they've most games that they play, they are down in terms of rounds, and then they somehow miraculously make a comeback. And I mean, sure, maybe they don't have as many maps won to maps lost. The ratio is still good, but it's not as high as Invictus. But stats are one thing. The things that you see on the paper is one thing, but what really matters is what you're able to do in the real life. And I mean, we saw what G9 was able to do. We saw that they just never give up. Like, this is the team that they, by no chance they should have been in the finals, right? But they somehow made it. So Adalkeet, Fair, Naxero, Crux, Sixth Sense, Master Sadak, Godsonitis, and also Invites. They are the names that we see on the leaderboard here. And yeah, man, like everyone on the team is really performing. G9 is really a team where a player might be having a bad game, and then the next game he is just completely unstoppable. Like, you really can't undermine a single player on this team. I feel like they're all kind of at the same level, and sometimes just one of them has an absolutely insane game. We've seen Fair, we've seen Adalkeet, we've seen Naxero, we've seen especially Master Sadak yesterday, and Crux do just absolutely insane things in specific rounds or moments. So yeah, this I don't think Invictus are going to have an easy fight by no chance, because G9 just never gives up. Until they've lost, they just never gives up. And how can you have an easy game when you're against someone like that? Let's take a look at the map bans. This is where it actually starts to get interesting.
Yes, it does, because today this is going to be a best of 5. So we're going to have a little bit more picks on our hands, but what I can tell you is Invictus definitely does not want to do a yesterday and be on canals with G9. G9's going to go ahead and again take out Legacy. So again, not be getting a lot of love, but that's what it is. I'm going to be seeking Rounded Go. Going to go ahead and take that one out. Port, going to go ahead and be taken out as well. And then we're going to start to see the picks start rolling in. We're going to have Bureau coming in. First one. Again, that was kind of our lovely decider yesterday, so not really sure why Invictus wants to put that in. We're going to see Raid again, which is going to be great for G9. Plaza coming back in, then Village and so. Oh, look at that. We got both on the
No,
back end. Okay, so
this.
they're going to go with the let's see if we got a better plan than they do within the last 24 hours. So I think that's going to be fantastic to see, because since these are the two newest maps, this is going to be one of those. Is our plan better than their plan that they've scrounged together up, instead of getting rid of canals, where we know G9 does really good. Legacy, no one seems to be liking that this time around. Grounded, solid too. Same for Port, but that's it's a bit more than I think they wanted to do. So Bureau, Raid, Plaza, it's going to be super solid. And then we get to the fun ones of the really honestly toss up in the air for Village and Soar.
Man, these finals are going to be so chaotic. Like, look at this. We start with Bureau, right? Like a very structured map, a map where you have to follow rules and actually abide by the laws. Then we have Raid, which is a bit more, free spirit map. Then we have Plaza, which is another map where you just do stuff and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. You can go crazy. And then, these three maps are promised. And then, if both teams are able to win at least one of these, three maps. We see Village, which we've seen like one competitive match on Village, I believe, maybe
Yeah.
two. So this is a completely unexplored territory. And if you didn't think that's enough, we're gonna see Soar, which is like historically a very, very hated map, or at least a very banned map by pretty much everyone in the Critical Ops scene. So yeah, seeing Village and Soar, it's gonna be a blast. This is definitely not what I expected. I expected for the teams to ban, at least one of them. But man, decider
Yeah.
on Soar. All right, let's hope for Soar. I really want both teams to win, two games respectively, and then we actually get to Soar because I can't imagine what's gonna go down there.
Yeah, especially being the decider, that's just going to be absolute chaos for that, and again, it'll be good. And I honestly, what I'm probably looking more towards is Village. As far as out of Soar and Village, I really like the way Soar plays out, the way everything moves through it. So I'm excited to at least get to number 4. But Soar itself would be just an absolute chaotic mess as a decider, which is going to be great. Because again, I'm curious. These teams have got to pick and ban these less than 24 hours, and so if they didn't already have a plan in place for that, that they were going to somehow get it to this spot, maybe with these maps, then these plans are their tactics are potentially less than 12 hours old. And so we're going to see the most new out there type of things because we've already seen new out there type of things from these matches already. This finals in this season has been the most creative, I think, thus far. And so to see the these two maps at the end, I think we're going to see some really nice gameplay and maybe some new things that maybe become a norm moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. I also feel like, what separates the good players from the greatest of all time are the ability to adapt quickly and make changes that you actually win. And definitely they haven't practiced Sora Village, as much as let's say Bureau or Grounded, just because nobody really plays them. So again, as you said, the fact that they banned the maps within the last 24 hours, it means they've had very little time to actually prepare for it. So I think it's actually really good that we see Village and Soar as the last two maps because that will just prove which team is better at just like adapting to new things, adapting to new challenges, taking over objectives and just destroying them. So yeah, we're gonna see some great games on Village and Soar. Hopefully, do get to them. But before any of that, we actually have to start on the first map, which is Bureau. Again, a map where you just do what you're supposed to do, and whichever team does it better wins. So it's a very I'd say aim-based map, and it's a very no mistakes allowed type of map to play. So yeah, we're slowly getting into the first game. Um, on Bureau, what was Bureau Invictus or G9 pick?
I think that was Invictus was the first one. So this is their pick, which is really weird considering they did really good yesterday on G9's part. So why
Yeah,
they
that's
picked that one first, I don't
That's
know.
what I kind of wanted to say. The fact that like what we've seen from G9 so far is maybe not like 100% clean gameplay on Biru, but definitely I'd say Biru is one of G9's strong suits. Like it's definitely a map where they've showed themselves again and again to actually be highly competitive. So it's an interesting pick. Maybe they just wanted. Maybe they have a really good strategy. We don't know. Like we actually haven't seen Invictus play that much on Biru, but that's what we're here for ultimately. Um, but yeah, Biru, I'd say it's definitely going to be a close game, like double digits for both teams. Just because, again, even though it's Invictus' map pick, G9 they're definitely good on this map. They can pull numbers. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes. I don't really think from the map pool of the first three maps, there is a map where it won't be close. I think we might actually see the craziest upsets like 13-5, 13-4 scorelines once we actually get to Village and Sword, just because, again, there are such new maps, and, maybe one of the teams has just better strategies, because, fluctuation of score, I'd say, is way more possible on those maps, just because, they're not as heavily practiced. It's a rarity to see that two kind of equal teams don't go head to head on maps that have been played, for years and that are known for years. But yeah, may the best team win. I'd say Invictus have the upper hand in terms of just on paper statistics. But again, G9 they'd never give up. So we'll see how far that goes. We'll see how far both these teams can push their limits. And yeah, this is for everything. This is where you really see like where you push your limits, where you ascend to the highest highest that you can.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. I mean, it's gonna be nuts to see, they go from the most structured all the way down to the most chaotic. And yeah, like I said, that it's all about adapting. And Invictus, they're good. Again, we haven't seen much, at least as far as many streams. But if they're any indication that seeing is where they are, they should be fine at that. And then on top of that, we have G9 who adapts really, really well. And so they're gonna do a good job too. So it really comes down to who can adapt the most, and down to a 1v1 knife.
Oh, they're waiting for it. Even the first round is
and
intense.
Of course it's fair.
Yep, fair wins it out. So they're going to be able to pick the starting side. Again, on Bureau, it kind of matters a bit more, because the more one-sided the map is, the more it really matters which starting side you can pick. So, yep, fair. With G9, they're going to be able to pick the starting side. Again, it kind of makes more sense normally to pick the Coalition side, just because it's a bit easier to play on, you get that early advantage. But we saw yesterday that one team won in the knife round on Bureau, I believe, and then they opted for the Breach side. I believe it was Valorous. So we'll see how that one goes, but either way, the knife round doesn't change that much. Even the first game today doesn't change that much. In a best of 3, the first game definitely matters. In a best of 5, it's first to 3 victories. You can definitely allow one map to slide. So yeah, we're in for a long day today, and I mean, I couldn't be happier about that. This is what we've all been waiting for. The pistol round is underway, and G9 are going for that B side entry. There is no B there. Mixed, she does peek B long and is able to take down Fair, but the bomb is already on site. It is getting planted, so now we're down to a 4v5 retake.
Yep, bomb has been planted though. It is now down. Timer has been set. Invictus now has to get back in there and take the site, which looks like we have a little bit of sneaky coming. Ooh, no, he's not gonna go for it.
No, heads are close. They're trying. No, he has to reload. How is he alive, Vulgrant? How is Vulgrant alive, Invictus? They're able to get the pistol round. My man was just like, he entered Matrix mode. He just dodged all the bullets. I have no idea how you do that, but yeah. Vulgrant alive. Meanwhile, Pre getting a sick double there, granting Invictus the first round. And yeah, there you go. I mean, from what we saw yesterday, the team that won the pistol round almost always won the rifle round, because nobody really nowadays buys up if you lose the pistol. So almost always it's just like 5 armored rifles against 5 pistols. So G9 know that, they're gonna make their best, but I think a spray down is coming. Yeah, Pre, he is showing up big time today. Pre, 5 kills in 2 rounds, and Vulgrant coming off the back of it. The 2 guys that were alive in that 2v2 showing up in another round. So we're entering the rifle round stage. This is where it slowly starts to get more and more interesting. This is kind of a preview of what we're gonna see all day long today.
Oh yeah, I mean, Invictus is here, even though again they haven't played as much. So G9, I would say, is a bit more warmed up, but that's not to go without saying that since Invictus is here, they're definitely still practicing, they're still playing, they're still ready to go. So, and the fact that they haven't lost any all the way here should give us a good indication. And I would assume that they've been playing through the morning to the afternoon to make sure that they are fully ready to go and nice and warmed up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think they haven't had anything else than critical ops on their mind for the last 24 hours. Naxera, though, is able to take down Vulgrant, and the gameplay has kind of slowed down. Pre does take down Fair, but seems like G9 are kind of retrieving. But Master Sadak, oh, he's getting openers on the other side of the thing, on the other side of the map. Mixage, he's the last bastion of the A side defense here, and he's going to take the aggressive peek. One player already crossed, but they didn't expect him there, and they're not quite sure where he is. Master Sadak flashed as well. Now 3v3. Game slowed down once again. Mixage takes the aggressive peek once again. Denied this time. Reekers, he's going to have to do a lot here. Nexera does take him down. Now Jepa fully smoked off. They know where he is. Honestly, like, maybe just go for the save here. Like, sure, Invictus have the money, but are you really gonna clutch a 1v3? I mean, we asked that yesterday, and then Master Sadak did it, but... Alright, Jepa, he's just gonna push through. Oh, that might actually... Nah, they're guarding the smoke. Nexera takes down Jepa. First rifle round, again, going to the team that did not win the pistol in the consecutive one. G9 on 1.
Yeah, I don't know why he decided to go through. I mean, 1v3 and... I mean... Don't be wrong, could have saved it, but I guess early round YOLO, I guess. But I feel like holding that one, I mean, it's early on, could have, you know, it's the same outcome as it would be. You know, whether if you won or you lost at that point. So why not just go ahead and save it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean... It depends. Sometimes in those situations, like, you know, stress or emotions get the better of you, and you're just like, well, you know what, maybe I have the chance, we'll see. But yeah, Invictus are on eco now. Vulgrant and Reekers, the only ones left alive. With a Deagle, we've seen yesterday that it's definitely capable of doing damage. Fair, oh no. He might be overwhelmed. They're not checking this. Oh, no way they do it. Reekers gets one, he needs to get another one. Jiggling around the corner, he re-peeks, but Adelkid, he's ready for it. He's not going to allow 2 Deagle kills in a single round. Takes him down, G9 on 2.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, that was a nice little spin around. You know, it was great, able to come from behind. Although, they saved the U ratio, though, so that's fantastic, so I don't have to worry about spending that extra money for that. Because Fair, currently sitting on $600. Definitely... Oh, wait a minute. No, he bought a second one. Master has the U ratio. They're double U ratioing right now.
On the breach side, on Bureau.
Yeah,
that's not
on the
something
breach.
you see every day.
Yes.
That's definitely not something you see every day. But you know, sometimes these crazy strategies do work out, and I definitely respect the effort doing something unconventional on Bureau, the most conventional map in the existence of Critical Ops. It's really you know, a big boy play. We'll see how that one works out. Meanwhile, Fair is taken out, so only 1 U ratio left, and seems like the 2 U ratios are going down first. Crux is able to get refrag on pre, but yeah, you know, spending that money for the second U ratio definitely didn't prove like a good strategy in this round. But again, you know, there's sometimes you just go on these one-off strats, and you know, sometimes they work great. So we'll see if this is a thing that they continue doing, or it was just a one-time thing. Meanwhile, Jepa is low, and seems like G9 are moving towards that fence hall area.
Yeah, this definitely, it might need to go a little bit safer just to make sure they don't spend all their extra cash. I mean, these are the early rounds, so it's nothing too bad. You know, so that they can do that. Currently, Crux at least able to take out one. Well, I was about to say it was even until Mixes decided to make it not. But it'll keep making it true. Now it's even. Although Invictus still on the health side looking a lot better because Crux is really low. But you can't take Crux out just yet. He's always the kind of guy that can really do a clutch fest with no health. So can he do 2 pretty much full? That would be a no. Vulgrant is just going to go ahead and take him out. And Mixage is going to go ahead and grab that defuse and add the 3rd point to their scoreboard. It's going to make it look easy.
Yeah, going neck to neck again. Again, these finals have been like, the whole final season, the whole weekend has been like so close that, you know, again, I expect the same thing for the finals here. Seems like Pre is doing really well, at least in the early game. In 5 rounds, he has gathered 10 kills. That is definitely not an easy feat to do. So, sure, some of those were eco frags, but at the same time, that is still very respectable. And let's see what he actually does. Seems like he's going for the banana area, but meanwhile, all the action are towards Belong. Oh, Reekers! Yeah, he's just spraying them down, man. Like, when you have a pistol, it's really hard to do anything. It seems like Jepa, he wants some of that action as well. They're just pushing through smokes. They don't care what is happening. Everyone is smoked. Finally, Jepa peeks and finds a double kill. There you go. That's what happens when you chase the kills. Adelkid and Master Sadak going down. Invictus up on 4. But now G9 are able to buy again. You know, that last round is kind of just a write-off. There's not really any possibilities of winning that most of the time. And seems like we are going to see one U ratio this time, unfair. Master Sadak taking the backseat with an SG.
Yeah, so they're gonna take time and get back to normal. I mean, obviously, fair is the one you kind of want to have the U ratio, anyways. But at this point, Master Sadak taking the lead. Seeing if he can get any information. Looks like Volgrant's really the only one that's here to contest anything. I don't think he's ready for this. I mean, this is about to be a 1v3. And that's going to be fair to pop the corner, too.
Oh, again, man. Entering with the ratio. Like, I have no idea how he does it, but he does it very well. Nexera taking down Reekers again. Man, this is going head-to-head once again every single round. One team pulls ahead, the next one the other, and it continues. The cycle continues. It's endless. Seems like Jepa, Pre, and Mixage are not sure if it's going to be, and I mean, they have valid, it's a valid doubt, because G9 are actually going A. The only player there is Pre, but so far, Pre is on 10 kills. So he's definitely able to take some kills and take some frags there. Crux is half HP now. Pre did good, but did he do enough? We'll see what Jepa and Mixage are able to play off of that pre-hold there. And Adalkeet, yeah, he just takes down Mixage, double peeked and eliminated Jepa, the only one left alive. He is in a good position, but Master Sadak, he's not going to let that one slide. Holds an angle, gets the headshot. G9 on 3, pulling back again on the breach side. 3 rounds in 7 played. That is pretty good on breach.
Yeah, the fact that they're able to do it, I mean, they should be looking pretty good for themselves as far as moving over. And I'd assume that that's probably their plan, because, they got to choose what side they wanted to be on, and so they're going to go and get the aggressive stuff out of the way. And then, at that point, they just got to hold angles, make it look good, make it stay clean, and then hopefully, if their plan that I'm assuming they had, will then work in their favor. Because I'm sure Invictus was really confused when they decided to choose Breach first. And I'm sure they're not really complaining, because most of the time you'd see, the Coalition being picked anyways. So, I mean, Invictus, even if they won that I found, they probably would have been this way anyways. But G9, knowing that they have a plan, this is probably something that they wanted to do.
That hurts. that one hurts. Mixage tries
he even
to do
got
what
the
Pre
jump
did.
on him.
Yeah, that's Pre, man. Okay.
Oh no.
Fair finally gets eliminated. Took 3 guys to eliminate Fair. I mean, fair enough. He has a U ratio. But Volgrant is actually going to be the one left alive with the U ratio. So saving that might be useful, but players coming in from all positions. That was Nexera. That was from
I didn't even
from
see
Breach
him.
Spawn, I believe.
I guess I just missed him on the map. I was like, what just happened to him?
Yeah, G9 up on 4. I mean, again, yeah, it kind of makes sense now why they picked the Breach side, because they're definitely doing very good for now.
Yeah, and if they can hold Invictus down, any better than what Invictus is doing now, then they should be able to take this. I mean, if they're just able to keep them down an extra round, that's all it takes. And so if they got a nice skill and strategy here, if they're at least able to break Invictus's strategies and their placements and have the better crosshair placement, then it should be pretty good for them. And right now they're gonna do a hard push on to B potentially, or at least make a lot of noise. But it's 3v4 right now.
Yeah, this is definitely a round for Invictus to win. I mean, again, this is their map pick, so we kind of discussed that the fact that G9 are pretty good on Biru, but Invictus still picked it. And I mean, Invictus are still, like, don't get me wrong, like, they've gotten to the finals flawlessly. They didn't lose a single game, so they're still very good. But start to maybe put some more rounds on the board. That would prove very, very well in the long term. Master Sadak, meanwhile, double peaks. Oh, but Mixage, what a spray down. Double headshot to just completely stop the push. Invictus, yeah, they've woken up. They don't want to let this one slide. Nexera goes down as well. Crux is able to get one, but Volgrant actually wins out fair in a Euratio battle. That is not something you see every day, fair losing a Euratio battle. But Crux, the only one left alive, he got one nice kill. Oh, gets a pre-fire. Oh, that is sick,
on the
man.
head glitch. Oh my goodness.
But Volgrant, yeah, he's just hard scoping the angle. That is the best way to approach that situation. Eliminates Crux, so Invictus, again, back to back to back. As soon as one team wins 1 or even 2 rounds, the other one pushes back. Invictus on 5 now, G9 on 4.
Yep. Just a few more rounds left before we go to the swap. G9 is really, really holding it strong, and might I add, just the fact that Crux is a phone player. He's not an iPad Pro guy. He's a phone player. Now I don't know which phone he has. We might be curious to know he's a Razer phone, Asus ROG phone, or any of those gaming-esque phones. Would be nice to know, but overall, the fact that he's a phone player and he's able to pull these plays off, it just makes it even more impressive.
Oh, for sure. Like, I remember playing on my phone, and man, I was like diamond, I believe. So it's pretty crazy that he can do that. Mixage, though, gets a nice double there. And now a 2v2 retake, but Pri and Vulgrant are both on the ratios. The worst weapons to retake a site with. I mean, if G9 peaks, that's like the worst decision, because Vulgrant is just going to hold the angle. He understands how hard it's going to be to actually win this one. Misses the hard scope. That happens to the best of us. Actually does repeat. They don't care about losing the weapons. He just wants to go for it. That's a sick shot, but Nexera, right positioning, right time, takes down Vulgrant, retrieves the Euratio as well, so that's definitely going to get dropped over, probably to Fair. If we look at the scoreboard, everyone is playing pretty well. I mean, except for Jeppa, maybe he just has a slow start to the game. We've seen him perform in other games, but yeah, Pri is still up there with 11. He has kind of slowed down with his killing, but I mean, he's still top of the leaderboard. But the rest of his team is definitely there to back him up. Mixage and Vulgrant, we've seen great plays from them. On the other side of things, pretty much everyone on G9 is somewhat equal on the scoreboard for now. G9 are really loving the B pushes. Yesterday they really loved pushing Vents Hall. Seems like they're gonna do it again. Oh, Mixage, you can't do that with a shoddy. Another one? No way. He does so much damage, but finally gets taken down by Adelkeet. Jeppa is able to refrag. Recurse with the XD45 kill on Fair. That is something that definitely should not happen. Oh, he had the Euratio. Okay, so he just like probably tagged him and finished him off. Recurse is retrieving in spawn though. That's very, very interesting to see a Coalition player in Breach spawn getting pushed now. What is this, man? Like, Breach players are cleaning their spawn. And they don't expect it. What? I guess they thought it was smoked off, but I mean, Recurse, he'll take a freebie any day. Last one left alive is Adelkeet, and I'm not sure he can like figure out what to do here, because like one of their players is, one of the enemies is in their spawn. What are we seeing? Nice, please, nice.
He just hauled for that.
All right, and the fight for spawn continues. They just keep peeking. They just keep peeking. Welcome to the finals, everyone. This is the new meta. Whoever conquers breach side spawn wins the game, I guess. But they're holding it strong. Yeah, as soon as he peeks, I mean, there is really no way you can clear that angle safely. Jeppa, there you go, gets the third one on the board. Slowly starts to activate, and Invictus up to 6.
Yeah, that was a bit ridiculous, but the fact that it actually worked, but I thought it was just great. Adelkeet just pulls his knife out, rushes, the flash comes in, and he's able to get behind him. Just enough time in there. But yeah, I mean, that like a little bit of spawn camping. Nothing too bad, you know. Hit the 10, have a good time. And it looks like it worked out just fine in their favor. Pri Mixage, Pri again. And Pri again. Pri on his third. And let's see, is Fair going to be able to get any kills? It's a 1v5. This is going to be a really bad time.
Yeah, I mean, Fair, the best again that he can do in this kind of situation is probably just go for as much damage as he can, but he's getting checked, and then, wow, that was a sick flick. But there's literally 3 players peeking him at the same time. Like, that is a very much a game ended, you know, insert coin moment. There is not really much that you can do out of that situation. So we're going to see a 5 to 7 side switch. It's pretty good. I'd say G9 definitely had a good breach side. But then on the other hand, again, this is Invictus' map pick, and they definitely don't want to lose this one, you know? They don't want to go on raid, where G9 proved to actually be really good yesterday, so, and you know, be one map down when they do so. So yeah, pistol round is coming in. We can see one Deagle on Crux, the rest are on XD45. Sadak, he's going to have to take so much action here. There's 5 players creeping up on him. One would be good. What are they doing? They're all peeking. Mixage Recurse does get a double, so a 2v2 situation now, but they're just going to keep pushing. Crux on the other side, Fair, they're just gonna re-peek. They're gonna keep pushing. They're trapped. There is nowhere to go. Vulgran, he has to finish it off. But Fair actually does run away, but the bomb is down, and it got spotted. Oh, this is so close, man. The pistol round. He definitely wants the bomb, but Fair is holding this angle very well, and Vulgrant is low as well. Might be able to connect. Yeah, nice. That is a kill for Fair any day.
Although he did make a connection, still, but still not enough. Still with 22 HP left, Fair wins it out, and this should be an easy round for G9 and be able to again bring it back up to a tie. And at that point, we'll go to the rifle round, and will we see it continue to move on? The team that doesn't win the pistols round loses the third round. We'll find out. Depends how fast they want to do this one.
All right.
And not too quick, but a goal keep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
so close for the A's, but 4 in a row, not too shabby.
I feel like there is like something is a bit off with the next round after the pistol, because pretty much all of the rounds that we've seen, the team that lost the pistol just goes full full eco, because if they buy, they're not able to afford the next round, so they go full eco, and 95% of the time we just see like mow downs in 3 seconds. It's fun to watch, don't get me wrong, it's definitely fun to watch, but I don't know, maybe a new meta is needed. Crux is able to take down Mixage, Vulgrant on the other side takes down Fair, Crux with a nice double there, and Recurse, yeah, he's not gonna let this one slide. Kills exchanged, and Invictus moving towards that A side of things. They are ready. They definitely wanted to win this round. The first rifle round, winning it on breach side would mean a lot to them. Oh, but Master Sadok, again, the backstabber. Recurse, he's on triple kills today in this round. He might just go for the ace.
Let's see if Naxera is going to give him another one. Nope, the Naxera going to take him out. Here comes the Dolkeed hanging out and picking it up. And G9 in the lead, now officially at 8, Invictus at 7. They are just taking these rounds. Now, is this going to be Invictus to hold again? It looks like it is, so they're going to go ahead and go a little eco just to try and get a little bit extra cash in the bank. So this should be an easy night for Team G9.
It kind of worries me though. We've seen how good G9 is when they're almost getting defeated. We haven't actually seen how they play when they're in a heavy lead, or they're actually able to keep it. So,
right.
Crux is able to take down Pre. Naxera has peaked and taken down Vulgrant as well. And yeah, the last one left alive. Jeppa exposed, found, and deleted. Fair takes him down. So now, G9 are up to 9. Invictus, still a very, very good fighting chance. I mean, again, this was their map pick, so I'm sure that they have prepared some great strategies. Like, there is no other way around it. So, yeah, they're going to try to do their best. Meanwhile, on the other side, Adalkeet, look at that animation, man. That is sick. Just inspecting his weapon and spawn. Yeah, seems like Invictus, they're going for B side push again, but actually Recurse is going to go towards that banana area, just take map control, see what he can do from there. Smoke's being thrown, there you go. That's what I mean by some kind of strategy. So it's smoked off. G9 have no idea, have they already crossed? And in fact they have, because Pre is already in vents. He's coming up, and Crux is going to hold this angle. Oh, he gets flashed. This might be big. He gets peeked and taken down by Crux. He just keeps shooting and gets another freebie. Finally refragged by Vulgrant, and Mixage on the other side gets another on Vulgrant. Oh, this is completely turning around. They're able to take the bomb site.
Oh no. Oh, but he's still able to get it. I thought he was about to just give his position away, and that was it. That little tap just could be ending it. Mixage. Bad spot. Naxera with only 5. He's just got to hang out just long enough. He's almost here. Fair is almost in where he can come in, but I guess it doesn't need it. Yeah, Naxera comes through with 5 HP, takes him out, and gets the defuse.
Yeah, Mixage, a bit unlucky there. Sometimes you think you kind of step on the weapon and you pick it up, but turns out you actually didn't. I've had situations like this myself, and the worst time for it to happen is when you're in a 1v2 clutch. So, very unfortunate for Mixage. He did still make a very valid attempt there, but it doesn't matter what kind of attempt he made. What matters is the rounds, and G9 are the first one to double digits on the Coalition side, so Invictus, the time is now. Their economy might be good, but their situation on the scoreboard definitely isn't, so they're definitely looking for openers. Seems like they're going for mid once again, but G9 are quite good at just holding down mid and, not letting anything slide. Pre is able to cross there almost. No smokes thrown to cover that area, so everyone who crosses is exposed. Fair, stuck in the corner somewhat. Oh, he flicks it and he gets Mixage. Mixage trying to entry frag, but no prize yet.
His flicks are so deadly, whether if it's a U ratio or not, his flicks are so ridiculous.
Yeah, that's not like if you're a Euratio main player, you get really good at flicking because that's you have to do that way more when you're playing with Euratio rather than rifle. Meanwhile, Pre does that. Pre, you can't do that. That's a crazy open, and Recurse on the back of that gets another one. Now the B side is open for business. Bomb is coming there, but Nexera, he might be able to stop the bomb. If Volgrant doesn't check it, I mean, they're kind of expecting that, but yeah, they have to peek. And oh, Recurse, he's just so good in this round. He was really good yesterday as well. He's just putting in absolute numbers. He's the one, he's the main driving force behind, you know, at least getting the plant and potentially winning this round.
Yeah, I mean, putting in all that hard work and keeping it open, fantastic. But they still have to contend against Fair and Crux. I mean, these two as a team is honestly pretty deadly. Even though it's a 2v3, there's a full possibility of this happening. Even though Crux is low, we've seen him do this before, but on a head glitch, probably not. Yeah, Volgart gonna go ahead and take him out. So Invictus gonna go ahead and get another one on the board, but they're still 2 down. G9, first one to double digits. They're still sitting at 10. They got 2 more to tie it up, and then just a few more after that.
Yeah, I mean, don't like. I'm kind of worried for G9. Like, I kind of want Invictus to make the comeback here. You know, at least get the double digits. You know, get us towards that double digit line, and then you know, may the best team win. But it kind of feels a bit dry if they just let G9 win this. So it's great to see that Invictus are finally able to find their first breach side round. Put it on the board and, you know, be ready for more. Once again, they've thrown smokes, so there's not really any way that G9 can know if they're already in Vents Hall, unless they peek it. Oh, Pre, he's just taking heads today. He's really good at taking those entry frag fights that really matter when you play on the breach side. And it seems like Crux, they're just retreating. Crux is only on a GSR here, very unconventional choice of weapons. But Master Sadak, the master of backstabs, he might even be able to deny the bomb plant. That's exactly what he does, and he goes for a double. Volgrant is low, but Pre is able to take him down. Recurse with another one on Xera. Now it seems like it's going the way on Invictus for Invictus once again, as it should have in this round. The Recurse able to find last one. Recurse is on 17 kills, Adelkeith on 20. Again, different players showing up each round. Like, yesterday, Master Sadak was on fire. Now we have Adelkeith, Nexera, Fair, and also Crux showing up in very crucial moments. G9 is really a team where everyone plays well. On the other side of things, Pre has been having a very good game with his entry frags, Recurse as well. We haven't really seen that much from Jeppa, but I mean, the fact that they're still able to pull up 9 rounds when one of their players is having a bad game just means how good Invictus are. You know, if you're playing almost a 4v5 and still it's almost equal, the scoreline is almost equal, that shows how good they are. And I'm sure Jeppa will find his stride eventually, and then, you know, it might become a bit of a challenge for G9.
Yeah, definitely will. And as of this point, it's going to be a tie. I mean, unless some crazy stuff happens, which is not out of the question. But if it does, then might be able to see it. But I'm more than expecting a tie at this point. Yeah, Pre's just going to go here for the ace. That's fine. Pre's going to be... He's going to be looking for him. And that's going to be Jeppa.
10 to 10. 10 to 10, man. Is this going to be another one of those 12 to 12 games? I don't understand, man. How does this keep happening? Like, when we used to cast Circuit in like season 3 and 4, most of the time it was over with like, you know, 13 to 5, 13 to 8, maybe 13 to 10 scorelines. Somehow, all teams are on equal footing now because it's literally this close almost every single game. 10 to 10. Does G9 have the advantage on paper? Yeah, they're on the collision side on equal rounds, but Invictus, they're not going to let this one slide. They're in the finals. They know how much this means. It's their Mapic as well. So they keep fighting. Pre, again, finding a double entry. He does it again and again and again. Finally gets taken down with Mixage right there to refrag. So now 2v4. And Crux, he's the last bastion here. He has to do a lot here. He knows where the players are, but it's so hard to hit those heads. He's getting naded, fragged, flashed off the angle, and Fair, the last one to go down. 11 on Invictus. It seems like G9 are purposefully like letting it slide just so that they can come back. I don't understand what's happening, man.
Yeah, I mean, it almost looks that way, but I mean, are they gonna buy? Okay, they are buying. I'm going to say they're taking a little bit extra time, but now they are, and so they've got to keep them down. They've got to get to their positions. They got to hang out, because what we don't want to see is or well, depending on who you're rooting for, Invictus gets 12, and then they're sitting 2 rounds down. Yeah, it's definitely not what G9 wants. So they need to bring this back now and make sure they don't get the plan. Because I mean, don't be wrong, having only a few more rounds to go, but making it to where there's only no more snakes. Which I mean, they did a great job yesterday with that on port, and they were able to get I think it was 5 rounds back in a row. But at that point, to trust yourself to do it again, even though it's not that many rounds at this point, it's still it's the nerves and everything to be able to bring it back when the enemy team is sitting at 12.
Yeah, I feel like G9 are not even in it to win it. They're just in it to have the adrenaline rush because, like, why are they, like, how is this a thing? Every single time they pull ahead early, then kind of come back, the other team makes some moves and then they make the comeback. Or we'll see if that happens this time because Invictus, they're looking really strong right now. Nexera is able to take down Jepa, but Mixage, he's looking for frags as well. And actually takes him down fair, the only one left alive again. Again, Invictus are on 12. G9 are 1 round away from elimination in this game at least. Again, man.
And I mean they're gonna buy everything they can at this point. I mean, might as well. But look at that, $40,000 on potentially their last round. I mean,
I feel like you should use that word potentially, like with a huge emphasis, because we know what G9 has been doing all this time, man.
Exactly.
We'll see how it works out. Seems like they're going for that B push once again, and this time Master Sadak not able to take the fight, but Crocs on the other side, right when you need someone to activate, they do. Crocs able to get a very crucial double, and now Pre is low. He's been really good at those entry frags, but when you're on 30 health, entry fragging becomes a very unfavorable option here. So they're going to retrieve, but Fair, he hears the footsteps. He hears it. He does take the peek and take one down, G9. They're doing it again.
It's all up to one bullet here.
Okay. He's getting, look at Krugs though, he's right in the back of him. He's not checking that. Oh, but he's also not sure that he's there. He's just going to cross it. And he didn't see Crux. He's still looking. He didn't see Crux. Bree is going for the plant. How is this a thing? He's on 25 HP as well. Gets 1 nade frag. Like, Pre is definitely the man of the match here. He has 27 kills to his name here. He kind of... I don't want to say it, but he might just lose this round to get the 30 bomb. He's never going to do that, but it would be just like a funny thing to do. But yeah, he has the bomb planned and he has very good post-plant situation. Like... all that he really needs to do is wait there and play on the defuse and play on the sound.
Yeah. Just wait to see, wait to hear. Oh.
Not much time left as well.
Oh,
no way! Pre! He takes the frag.
He played that so well. Being able to just use distance and range to his advantage, and only wait until he heard the cue.
Yeah, man, what a game. What a game. G9 almost, again, able to just come back from 10 to 12. It seemed like it was their game any day. It was like 1v2, Pre very low, so like, why would they not do it? But Pre, he's absolutely the man of the game in this one, the MVP, the most valuable player. I mean, man had 28 kills, and sometimes you have a lot of kills, but they're not really impact frags. Almost all of the kills that we saw from Pre were impact frags. He's the entry fragger. He was just peeking angles and taking kills, man, round after round after round. So many rounds that Invictus won were based off of Pre just peeking, getting that early kill or even 2, and then, the site is open and they're just able to elaborate on that and get the plan. So congratulations to Invictus. They win the first map, even though it looked for a while that G9 was going to have it. Invictus are not going to let that one slide, and yeah, they take the first map. Again, it's their map pick, so theoretically, it's the thing that should have happened, but the match was way more interesting than kind of what we thought. Yeah, again, absolutely insane game. If he keeps playing like this, G9 are going to have a real challenge, but from what we've seen from G9, I wouldn't be surprised if they are down like 2 maps and then just win 3-2. So, I mean, still a lot of fun to be had.
Oh, absolutely. And, it just came down to that last little spot right there. And unfortunately for G9, it went to the way where Bree was just he used the safest bet, using distance to his advantage and just staying completely hidden, completely out of the way. And a little bit of that RNG, there was a chance that Crux could have come from the side and could have taken him out and just mosey on in to defuse the bomb. But he chose to go right instead of left, and here's where we are. But now we still have many more maps to go, and this next one coming up will be G9's pick. So we should be seeing that potentially this one should be theirs to take. So still got more to go, more to come, more crazy matches underway. But we're gonna take a short little break, get these guys into the next lobby. You guys are gonna be able to sit down and hang out and listen to this lovely interview with G9. This is gonna be with Master Sadok again, and we're gonna get a little bit more insight and see what they think and how things have been going and what they expect to see today. So we'll see you guys back here in just a bit.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, I am Manthus, and today I'm joined by Sadok from G9. How is it going?
Well, it's going great, my friend. All good. How about you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. And before we hop into our interview, for everyone watching, can you let the audience know a little bit about yourself and your team, and I guess more specifically, how they've done during the final tournament?
Well, our team consists of me, Master Sadok, Fear, the Turkish best sniper, Adalkit, the best aimer of Turkey, Naxera, the best 60 FPS player in the game, and Crux, the best phone player in the game. And we started off final tournament week, but yesterday we got to play 2 best of 3s, which out of the 5 maps we played 3 12-12 and won the last round to seal our deal to get into the grand finals.
Yes, and I remember watching that last round live. That was very intense, I guess you could say.
Well, as you may know, I've been talking a lot about my interview that the mindset will beat everything, and I hope I showed everyone that it's not something I just say as a quote, but I actually showed that with mindset, you have the chance. Okay, it's a 1v3, but you can still get it, and I did it.
Yes, and it was a really nice play by you. I really like that play.
Thanks,
I
man.
especially respect the fact that we saw the ninja defuse.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
All right, so for your grand finals, your team is facing off against Invictus, and I gotta know, are there any players on the other team that you're looking out for that you think are gonna perform greatly?
The 2 players which I'm making contests right now are Vulgrant. He's a player that performs every game for Invictus. Like, he has 1 bad game out of 10 games, so I'm looking out for him. And then the second player is Aki, who goes by the name Recurse, which can do insane clutches. And yeah, I'm looking to not give him any chance to clutch against us.
All right, and then more specifically about the maps you're playing. So your first map is gonna be Bureau, which was chosen by your opponents. And then according to your team stats, you have 4 wins and 4 losses on Bureau in tournaments, and it makes it your lowest win-loss ratio map in this grand final. So I gotta know, does your team feel confident going into Bureau, or are you a bit nervous?
Well, we have played Bureau the entire final tournament, and the more we have played it, the more we have learned how to play it more and more properly. I know that Invictus is great at this map, but I think we will play our best game ever on Bureau, and hopefully I won't let my team down, and the team won't let me down.
All right, well, we'll have to see the outcome for your Bureau match. But my next question is more about the decider. Map number 5. If this does go to 5 maps, if it's not over by then, your final map is going to be Soar. And your team has 45 maps played in tournaments, and not a single one of them is Soar. You've never played Soar a single time in a major tournament or anything. And so I gotta know, how does your team feel about playing SOAR for the Decider specifically?
They are for sure scared of it because, as you have said, we have never played it. But for myself, I am experienced in that map, and yeah, I've been trying to help the team to show everything that you need to know to perform at your best at that map, and hopefully, if it goes to the decider map, we will come out victorious at that specific map.
All right. Again, I guess it will depend on how many maps this goes to. My next question for you though is a bit more about your practice method. So I gotta know, considering we're in the grand finals for circuit, would you say your team prepares anything differently compared to a normal tournament match when it comes to your practice routine?
No, it's perfect, exactly the same. The way we practice in small tournaments are the same we practice for grand finals because it's the I've been trying to tell the team it's the same game, it's the same maps. We all been playing for a long time. The only thing that will change is how much of your composure you can keep, and yeah, that's all really to it.
All right, well, that was the perfect answer. And my next question was going to be about if your teammates ever get nervous or if they can keep their composure when it comes to the grand finals. But I mean, I guess you pretty much already answered that for me.
Yeah, well, I can for this specific question. Yes, my team get nervous, really nervous actually. Not all of them, but two players get nervous before the game, and it's normal. Uh, Obviously, all of us gets a bit nervous, but two specific in the team gets. We need to calm them down, and I think by now that with the experience they have gotten from yesterday's matches, I think the composure will be really kept cool down.
All right. Well, that's a great answer. I like to see, again, like you said earlier, it's a huge mental game. The fact that I would say you have your mental state prepared going into the grand finals, I think that's very important.
Yeah.
And then my final question for you before we wrap this up. This is the best of 5 for the grand finals. How many maps do you think it's going to be before we determine a winner?
Well, it's either gonna be 3 or 5, not 4,
Not
not
4?
and not 4. It's either gonna be 3 or 5. Either both teams, one will destroy the other, or both teams will go to distance. I don't see a 3-1 for either team. I see a 3-0 or a 3-2.
Interesting. That's probably the first time I've heard someone say 3-0 or 3-2. Definitely no way it's a 3-1. So, and again, like you said before, you don't know how it's gonna go on SOAR if it does go to 3-2.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, anyways, good luck to your team in the final tournament. I guess in the grand finals, I should say. And thank you so much, Sadok, for coming out to this interview.
Thank you for having me. And for my fans out there, I will perform exactly, if not better, like yesterday. I won't let you down.
All right, guys, welcome back. We got to show some love to our main man with the shades, giving us a good interview, some good details, what he expects today. And, we got to show some love to the shades all around. So if you guys got a pair, if you guys want to show some support for G9, just grab them, throw them on, and just look comfy. But we're going to be
Yeah.
getting back into it here very soon, into the next set of matches. I mean, these I don't even know what this is about to be. I mean, this is G9's pick, but I mean, it's anything that could be anything at this point.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I feel like G9, since they picked Raid, they probably have the upper hand here. But it really does depend on how much Invictus are willing to fight for it. Because Raid is a very chaotic map, and it's definitely a map where anything can really go down. What we really see a lot on Raid is players going for very, very aggressive and quick bomb site takes. So, most of the time when you watch Raid, there are players, taking the A site or taking the B site in the matter of like seconds. So it's definitely something that can happen and that you have to pay attention to. But I feel like G9 have to get this one. Like we talked about this before, that you know, if you go down two, like in a best of five, you lose the first two games, you're probably gonna lose the whole thing. But knowing how G9 plays, they might actually see losing raid as a tactical advantage, just so they have more like it's harder for them to come back and they're more motivated.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But being Raid and being G9, I think that their play style and everything that they do should be pretty good, pretty solid for them to be able to do that and be able to push it forward, use their aggression to their advantage. I mean, we've seen them do it before, so at that point, it should be a walk in the park. Although I say a walk in the park, Invictus is going to be there keeping them down by all means. But just the way they do, and I mean, they're going to do it anyways. That should be coming into their favor. Now, if we do Plaza, that is that's going to be kind of a toss up because that's going to be a little bit of craziness, right? Can be put into that, and can maybe yes, no. We're not quite sure, but overall, I think that it's really kind of a toss up of whether who can do it again, who can be really, 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 I don't know, I guess sporadic at taking the bomb sites at that point. Because once they take it, they take it.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna see a lot of action happening on Raid. It's one of the most fun maps for me to watch because there is so much happening. Like just because the bomb sites get taken so quickly, a lot of it is down to retakes, and retakes are most of the time really fun to watch because they require a completely different approach than most of the game. You know, until you actually get to the bomb plant. So it's gonna definitely be fun to see what G9 are able to do. Again, it's their map pick, so most of the time. You know, when you pick a map, you have really good strats prepared. But then again, Invictus, so far flawless. Like they haven't even lost a single map, I believe, so far in the Circuit Season 5 finals. So it can really go both directions. You know, it's possible for anything to happen here. But I'm kind of hoping that G9 take it just so we get to that last map, which again, for the people who just tuning in, you saw it's going to be Village and then Soar. I really hope we get to Soar today. Like that's all that I want from the day. And you know, when we get to Soar, may the best team win. So I'm rooting for G9 in this one, just so it's more equal scoreline. But at the end, I just want to see Soar, man.
Yeah, that got at least give us the fun. And like I said, I'm at least saying at least Village. Like I said, I love that map personally. Uh, but Soar as a whole, that one's just going to be the full toss up in the air, and I would be excited to see it regardless. I mean, that would be not only again those good matches, but I mean, come on, having Village then Soar in the finals. I mean, that's going to be a testament to write down that in history they were back to back, and not only back to back, but in the finals. I mean, that history will be made.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen like great finalists so far. The first map was double digits. Let's hope the same for Raid. Players are slowly getting ready, and I feel like on Raid it's a map where mid doesn't get utilized, doesn't get as much love as it maybe should, because most of the time you just push a single bomb site. But I believe that if you take mid control on breach side, you really have a bigger chance to actually win the round. But yeah, with that being said, mid is where the knife round goes down, and G9 once again able to take the knife round. So they're going to be able to pick again. Last time on Biru, they picked to start on breach side, which is really something you don't see a lot. We'll see what they do on Raid. I mean, again, it's a breach-sided map, so perhaps they're going to go for Coalition now. But yeah, that's the lineup so far. So Biru, we already saw. Then it's Raid. Then the next one is going to be Plaza, and then again, we're going to see Village and then Soar if we do get to that.
Yep, that's going to be great. But right now, looks like G9 is going to be hanging out on Coalition side. Going to go ahead and just play defense, hold it down. Now it's time for Invictus to be on the flip of the script, to be able to be on the top end to breach in. And it looks like they're not really going to be breaching anything. I mean, Mixage is over here telling everybody potentially what's happening, but I don't think he had any knowledge. I don't think he saw anything, and now that, of course, the bomb is planted, they now know it's time to rotate over. And they're all just going to meet down here in the bottom. Oh, this is going to be a bloodbath. And it looks like a bloodbath for Invictus. Recurse able to pick up one, but Vulgrant last one alive, and fair for 2.
Yeah, it seems like G9 really loves starting on the harder side, which, again, you know, knowing them as the comeback kings, that makes perfect sense. But, yeah, Invictus able to take the first one. They are going to buy up, and once again, we see, like, full eco pretty much on side of G9. 4 XD45s, they're probably just going to group up, and there's no way they all peek mid with XD45s. Alright, that could have been an ace, but actually might work out because they're all pushing. Yeah, they're pushing down fair, and he gets a double, but what G9 get is an SG and a kill, and that's ultimately a victory. And Vulgrant able to take another one. Adelkey does get him down, so now the last weapon will be retrieved, but Recurse, he is there looking for frags. They know where he is. Saving is an option, but yeah, he's just gonna peek. Adelkey takes him down. So now we have Invictus on 2. And what we've seen so far is that the team that wins the pistol in the consecutive one actually win. The other team actually wins the rifle round. So we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll wait for you'll have to have the names switch, but with G9 having 2 on the board so far, I mean, they're doing what I hoped, what I wanted them to do, which is, you know, their aggression. You know, we unfortunately don't get a chance to, you know, give any suggestions, but the fact that, you know, their aggression, I think, is their biggest advantage out of everything. Because don't be wrong, you know, everybody can be, you know, slow in timing and methodical about how they go about these things, but especially on raid with aggression, especially that we know that they could just bust up in here, take it first, get the bomb planted, and be able to, you know, make these rounds start going up for them.
Yeah, for sure. G9 able to actually capitalize on their first 2 rounds they won and win the rifle as well. So now, Vulgrant down, Mixed, Jep, and Recurse trying to save. That it really is the best option. Like, look at their economy, $500 split upon 5 players. That is a situation where, you know, saving is definitely the best option. I mean, it's not a bad one, especially with how early this game is. Why would you actually not just save? But G9, I mean, it's only 3 rounds, but so far flawless on their own map pick. They're definitely not going to let this one slide. Look how mad he looks. Look how mad he looks. He was like, he's ready to take the game. He is full focus, brother. He's just like, yeah, nothing else than C-Ops on his mind. Seems like G9 are going to go for that A site to take again. And I mean, why would they not? It has worked out so far 3 times out of 3. And even though Mixage is able to get in a superior position here, will that be enough? Seems like it might, because G9 are retrieving.
Yeah, and I think they may have just tried to fake him out. Now, is this going to be a full fake, double fake? As long as they can keep potentially some noise going on over at... Was this a double fake? I'm not sure if they know what their choice is yet, but...
I think they're just like slowing down the game. Like they haven't committed to any site yet. They're just kind of looking for options. And Mixage, he is jiggle peeking, so get some early info. And repeaks actually. Oh, Mixage. Oh. That is very dangerous, but very rewarding. Sadak goes down.
Yeah, and I think Fair could potentially draw some attention, at least before they just lost Master Sadak. So I think that was a possibility, but. As of now, Fair at least able to take down Pre, so let's at least make it even.
Next what a shot.
Gets a quick shot. Yeah, and Recurse and Vulgrant able to pick off 1 each. We're still sitting
now
at
2v2, but this is a very strong angle for Vulgrant. He knows that somebody might be peeking it, he's just holding it, but to be honest, the player CT doesn't really have to peek. The bomb is going to go down, and even... Oh, well, hold on, what is Adelkey doing? Adelkey is T-walking on the site. Okay, now it's fixed. But my man was literally levitating for a while there. Yeah, seems like the retake is coming in. Jeppa from long area, Vulgrant from tunnels. Adelkey holding the angle strong. And Jeppa actually able to take him down, so now they know where the last player is. They know that he's CT. Oh, Fair has to do so much here. The defuse is coming in. He has to peek. He does take down one, but this is their time. Oh, Jeppa is going for the ninja defuse. He gets it and gets the kill on top of that. What a way to get the first round on the board here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a beautiful one to finally put up onto the board. And they were able to quickly take that back. I mean, I think from at least from what it looked like, the bullets started to fly the moment he decided to start defusing. So, unbeknownst to Fair, that knowing that the defuse is even happening. I mean, if he had known, I can almost guarantee he would have rushed a lot faster into there. But unfortunately for them, I mean, they are still in the lead, still 2 rounds up. The G9's still looking really nice. They just kind of need to bring this back just a little bit again. I think they can hit their economy. We still see a shotty out, so that's fine. Vulgrin saving his money. And Chepa gonna be the first one to be taken out. So no sneaky action this time.
No, definitely not. Mixage with another one, and Recurse is able to get one, but Naxera gets a refrag. So now back to a 3v3. Invictus are definitely slowing down the game and starting to get more momentum, but still, G9 have a very good chance to win this one. Vulgrant is getting smoked out.
Oh,
That smoke is beautiful. That's
so
such
perfect.
a beautiful smoke, yeah. So now they're stuck in that tunnels area.
Yep, they can't see anything. I mean, Pre has a chance to come through here. But it looks like he's going to have somebody to contend with at the top. Adultke's going to be holding it down. But apparently, really nice crosshair placement. Pre able to take him out. Rest of the trade, although we got a wall bang.
Naxera looking for more, looking for action. He's getting naded. Again, and not really a ninja defuse, but a defuse with the player still remaining alive on the side of G9. Invictus, 2 rounds like this. Are they able to put more together? We'll see. G9 are still fighting really strong, right? Like, they've gotten the bomb plant every single time, which is kind of expected on raid. Again, it's the map where taking bomb sites is just as easy as retaking them. But yeah, G9 still playing well. Unfortunately, or fortunately for Invictus, they have 2. They have 2 on the board.
Yeah, so they just went away from taking it back, and with G9 kind of on a, 75% buy. And with Mixage, although him showing up, able to take out 2, Free for another Crux, and down Vulgrit and Free again. Yeah, like I said, it was kind of a 75% buy. A little bit of guns, some assault rifles, 1 shotty. I mean, they gave it their best shot. I mean, at that point, so now they're gonna probably have to do another one. Probably a little bit more eco this time. We see Fair with the shotty coming out, so we know he's gonna be probably going downstairs and hanging out in tunnels. But we'll see if he can acquire himself a nice rifle or anything.
Yeah, Mixage though is able to eliminate him immediately, and Vulgran back of that. Yeah, just nice triple there.
Oh.
And it is over as soon as it started. Invictus up on 4. I feel like they're doing a really good job at peeking mid and just kind of taking mid control. Like, this round, 2 players pushed up mid, but most of the rounds, like, at least one of the players is jiggle peeking it, just trying to spot people. And that's what I kind of said about Raid. Like, taking mid, in my opinion, is undervalued on the breach side, because it gives you so much opportunities to rotate. It gives you so much other opportunities than just like rushing a site and putting the bomb down. Because go rush A or go rush B. It might work sometimes, especially in a map like Raid, but not every time. And again, they're trying to take mid control, but Fulgrim has other plans. He gets a double there. G9 and Krugs go down, and Jepa misses a crucial shot there, but still alive, still fighting.
Yeah, still very doable. Vulgrit and Jep are really low, so they could be taken out fairly easily if found. So not necessarily not winnable. Kind of depends on where they're able to go. Got Vulgrit down here. He's at 14 HP, so there's a decent option for this to happen. Recurse coming over to help out. And we're going to be seeing Jepa coming around. So again, this is still doable. This is still 100% possible based on the health, but it all depends on who gets the crosshair placement and everything first. But the bomb is planted, so they get the extra cash at least.
Yes, Recurse is able to take down Naxera. Oh, is this... This has to happen. Like, Invictus have to get this retake, right? Fair is able to take down 1, but now Adelkeit's position is known, and he has a very strong angle, unless it's smoked off. And there you go, Adelkeit eliminated. That smoke was really good, because on Raid, when you play on the B side of things, if you can plant the bomb and get to heaven, you are so hard to deal with because the players on site trying to defuse are pretty much dealing with a jiggle peeking headshot, head glitch position. So it's very hard to deal with unless you have that smoke. So that smoke comes in perfectly. Good utility usage for Invictus, and G9, they won 3 in a row, and now there have been 5 unanswered rounds, and this is on the breach side as well, kind of the more dominant raid side.
Yeah, definitely, and I mean, they're going super slow, and with being on the breach here on raid, you probably should move a little faster. Again, that's just a little bit of speed to do what they need to do, but it looks like they're going to try and do a little bit of a fake, potentially. I mean, Volgrant's still hanging out. Might be thinking they might be running back around. I mean, we see Mixed T is moving on the minimap, just ready and waiting, although now he's gotten the signal to go. Jeppa completely flashed. I mean, that is on his feet. So he's going to be out of the mix for just long enough for them to get the bomb planted. It's still sitting at a 4v3, so that's still in the favor for G9 to be able to bring back this round. And it won't break the economy of Invictus, but they'll at least be able to have at least another point on the board.
Yeah, for sure. The bomb is going down, and again, they are in that heaven position, which is very valuable when you have the bomb down, but there is no smokes on the side of Invictus. And only a flash, so the defuse comes in, but yeah, Fair, oh, that is such quick reactions from Volgrand there. He does take down Fair, and there is enough time to defuse, so Invictus just racking up those rounds. Now six unanswered rounds. G9, they have to at least win one more. 3 would be okay. Like, if they won 6 on the breach side, that would be okay. So, yeah, Master Sadak not really doing the best. Perhaps if he's able to activate like he did yesterday, then we might see a comeback from G9. And again, like, G9 as the ultimate comeback team, this game is far from over here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a certain point to where all the energy drinks that they're going to be drinking happens. They're just going to be shotgunning them, and then the caffeine's going to kick in at some point, and it might be now. Master Sadok's able to pick up 1. He's going to get 2 on Volgar, and he turns at the wrong time, so I guess speak it is, and speak it will. You know, the caffeine kicks in, and he's ready to go. Able to pick up 2. Bomb is going down. They've completely taken the B site. Now they have to come back through. Gonna go and get those extra nade damage. And 3 in a row. Crocs putting it down.
Yeah, seems like Crocs heard what I said. He does not want to lose. What a way to come back and win the round. That was just very stylish, a very nice play there. Crocs gets the triple that G9 also needed. And this is another thing, like, as I said, like, everyone on G9 normally is playing equally in terms of score, and then one of the players just goes absolutely crazy in a round. So this time it was Crocs. But, you know, all of the players in the server have that capability. And it seems like G9, they are stopping the slow play. And Master Sadak, there you go. His first kill is huge. That opens up the A site completely. Now the bomb is actually the problem here because A site is clear. Master Sadak, however, he wants to clear B as well. You know, he just cleared one side, so why not go for the other one? And actually, Invictus think it's A because they know that Sadak was on site, so why would they not plant A? So this is the outplay of the century here. G9, Master Sadak, what a play! Because now, yeah, they're just gonna enter the B site. It is completely left open. Invictus are like, wait a minute, what are they doing? Why did they not plant? But you know, it really was a superior play after all.
Ooh, that flick. But Jeff is now down to 7 HP. Any taps that happen. Although, if Crux could throw that grenade in his back pocket, that'd be it. Now that the grenade was thrown, maybe he'll throw one back. No, but he's able to take him out anyways. Deal some damage. Pre and Vulgarant are really low. Adult Keat.
Oh, he gets
no,
flashed off again for the 3rd time. It happens again. Adult finally able to get the frag and the double. Oh, not the double, but man, G9 have had 3 times where they plant the bomb and then are just not able to do anything with the player alive. And you know, it happens. It definitely does. But it's hard. I mean, he was smoked off like. Yeah, we're definitely seeing a pattern, but again, like if you analyze it one by one, like it's just like an unfortunate moment. But 3 of them in a row, the score could have been 7-4 now.
Yeah, and they're trying to clear things off, and Volgrant's gonna be here to say absolutely not, getting a nice 3-piece, and still live with 14 HP.
And they are definitely looking to not let G9 win this one. I mean, only one left alive is Adelkeet, so he has a very, very hard time here. A very small chance to actually win this one. With Jeppa being aggressive, if the timing works out, it might actually go towards Adelkeet. He doesn't lose any HP, gets a frag, Volgrant is low, Pre and Recurse, I mean, they're close, but he's made so much noise on... That smoke was pretty good.
That also helped him out.
Yeah, it kind of worked out, but Recurse, yeah, he's not going to let that one slide. Adelkeet goes down, so Invictus up to 8 on the side switch, and now they enter the easier side to play on.
Yeah, so we'll see what they can... See if G9 has a good strategy to lock down the bomb sites. Again, it's just... Honestly, I haven't really seen anything too wrong. I mean, it's really just these gun duels, or, really, kind of like what we just saw with Volgrant, it's just the gun duels, and, we normally see 1, get 2 or 3 kills, and that's typically how it breaks it. And so I think it just comes down to if they can, maybe even just, I don't know. I know this is really hard to say, oh, well, if you just do 1v1s and just die, one dies, one doesn't. Obviously, that's, it's going to be easier said than done, but if they can at least try to minimize it down to one kill on either side, that'd probably be the best bet.
If I read that again, we see this so often now. And Pre, Crocs exchanging duels. Pre, he's been so good today, gets a double there. Master Sadak and Adelkeet quick on refrags. Pre is so low. Jeppa, the only actual chance that they have. And Pre goes down, so Jeppa, he's gonna have to do everything here. He had a bad start of the first map. The defuse. The defuse is not coming in. It is coming in. Jeppa, he does get the kill, but doesn't get the round. G9 were able to defuse. This is the 4th ninja defuse that we see in this game. What is happening, man? G9. This was a very, very needed round to have a fighting chance. And I mean, again, every time that G9 is down, they somehow find their way back to the top.
Yeah, and now they just got to do the crazy shenanigans again, although we're not going to see the subsequent round afterwards being really easy every day. With all the extra kills and all the extra money, it's going to be one of those. We're going to just go in and skip that second round, although we're going to see a lot of damage. But Sadak able to get one save for free. Dealt a good bit of damage. Free under half. Volgrant a little bit down 20%, and then Mixage a little bit past that. So at least this should be easier as long as the crosshairs can be done. They should be easily able to do that.
That was such a quick frag by Volgrant there, and Jeppa with another one. This is what Invictus need. This was they forced.
Oh, no, he's out of ammo!
Adelkeet, he's not able to do it. Invictus, they finally break the spell. They buy up in the second round after the pistol, in the round after the pistol round, and they are able to do this. This completely breaks G9's momentum because now, well, they have no money. Now it's almost as if they lost the pistol and the next round. It's horrible for them. So they're going to have to go with 3 shotguns and 2 XD45s. They're still going for this. They don't want to let Invictus go to double digits here. But I mean, it's just going to be so hard to do anything with a buy like this.
Yeah, well, they're still going to give it a shot if they can just get one of these.
Right.
Ooh, from behind. All right, so might be able to have just a little bit extra on the weapon side.
Oh, Volgrant takes down Crocs.
Bomb
Bomb is going down, but we know how many ninja fuses we've had today. But seems like Mixage, he doesn't want that one to happen again. Adelkeet, oh, Mixage, he picks up the shotgun now. He's a very versatile man, he picks up whatever he wants, gets the frag fair, XD45, pretty much a suicide mission here, trying to push heaven, trying to look for anything, but that angle is just so hard to pre-aim or counter. Volgrant is going to take down fair, and Invictus are now up to 10. And this is where it starts to get bad. Like G9, sure, they are the comeback team, but Invictus are on 10 on the superior side, on the breach side, so I feel like they've won the map. Have they won the best of 5? I mean, there's still many games to be played, at least one. But yeah, Invictus are looking just so strong right now. Everything that they do seems to be working, and G9 on pistols, this screams 11 for Invictus.
Yeah, definitely does. And right now, this is going to be one of those spots where they really got to, I guess, let them have it or try to do. I mean, obviously, the best thing that they can, if they can get themselves a rifle or two and make this happen, that'd be great. But they're doing pretty good with it. All thing goes to Invictus as of now. This has to. There's no more room for error. This has to go to G9 if they want to stay in this. Not only because that still gives them a little bit of a buffer, 2-round buffer, but also if they lose this one, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, like G9, this is it. This is definitely it for this map. And I mean, their collision side strategy so far has been pretty simple. Like 2 players go towards A, 2 towards B, and we just try to hold. But in Invictus, like throwing flashes like this, like look how quickly Adelgate has to retreat. There's nothing else he can really do. Master Sadak, he's fighting with his heart there, but not more than 1 kill. And Crux, he's gonna peek as well, trying to get the frags. Oh, it's so close. Like Sarah, they're all coming in. They're all trying to refrag, and that turns it into a 2v2. It still might not be enough, especially with pre-finding that kill here. Fair does spot a player, throws the flash, tries to enter. Oh, but he's just getting exposed from everywhere. Wolgrund takes the head. So yeah, Invictus up to 12, and this just seems like a very dominant performance from Invictus. They were definitely ready for this. They knew that for G9 Raid is a good map, and they've definitely put in the hours to practice that and combat that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're just looking really nice and clean, and just coming down to it, they're really, to me, it just looks like the crosshair placements are just almost perfect with the way Invictus is looking, doing, and being able to put it out. I mean, they're just doing a phenomenal job with it. That's just all there really is. I mean, they're not doing anything extra flashy for the most part. They're just doing a good job.
Crux is so flashed, and he gets the damage but doesn't get the frag, and Adelkid and Master Sadak, they have to go for it. In a 2v4, no. Adelkid, he does stop Mixage, but does not get the flick. And Master Sadak, I mean, we know that he can do it. We've seen a 1v3 just like this just yesterday to actually take G9 to finals, but this just screams like too much. Volgrand finishes it off. Invictus, 2 out of the 5 games played, they have won. 2 out of the 5 games that will be played, they've won, and they've won it without letting G9 get a single one. So this looks very bad if you're on the side of G9. Again, the comeback team, the fighting spirit, whatever. But like Invictus are looking so dominant in this game, just so good. Like every single map, they look very good. Especially they did better on G9's map pick than on their own. So yeah, next map is Plaza. That's where it really all goes down. Unless G9 are able to win on Plaza, that might be the last map.
Yeah, I mean Plaza. Again, it's Invictus's pick, so they hopefully G9 has something up their sleeve for Plaza itself because they really need to do that. They really need to take that home and to at least get to Village and be able to take another one. But really, it just comes down to they need to take a second. They have a nice little bit of time outside of break to get themselves back together and to make everything, back to where it needs to be to get in the right headspace, get back into the game. This one didn't go as well as it normally did or has in the past for them as far as doing the comeback, but it just means Invictus was ready and waiting for Raid to be as an option, and they were just seemed to be more prepared, a little bit more accurate. So, without saying it, G9, this is kind of the potentially last map for them to be able to continue on into the finals to head towards that first place goal. But before we do go any further and go into the next match, we're gonna take a short little break. We gotta get these guys into their new lobby, get everything looking good, and we've got another interview with you guys. We're gonna be sitting down with G9 again. Nax is gonna be sitting down and giving us again a bit more insight to the team, the dynamic, and how things go.
Hello everyone, I am INVICTUS, and today I'm joined by Nax from G9. How's it going?
Good, bro. What about you?
I'm doing great, and our interview for today it will be a little bit different from the traditional survey. Hello everyone, I am Andrew. Today I'm joined by Nax from G9. How's it going?
Good, bro. What about you?
I'm doing great, and our interview for today it will be a little bit different from the traditional circuit interviews because we're going to be talking more about the current and future state of critical ops. You know, just like I guess more of a casual interview. But before we hop into those more specific questions, to let everyone know a bit more about yourself, how long would you say you've been playing critical ops?
First of all, I'm Nax. I'm playing like 5 years, and I'm playing 2 years with my G9 lineup. I'm in Turks. We're doing great. I'm happy with them. That's it.
So have you been doing comp for 2 years, or is that just you've been with G9 for 2 years?
Yeah, and I'm with G9 for 2 years. I'm playing for 5 years.
Oh, like
Like
you've been doing
complete.
competitive all 5 years?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you've been like competitive, I guess, for a long time then. That's pretty nice to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And then now let's get a bit more into the esports side of things. So what do you think about the current way Critical Force is running, the critical ops circuit? Do you like the format, or do you think there's anything they should be doing differently in regards to that?
I think it's the best circuit I have ever seen. Like the matches are so close, 13 to 12 or something. And yeah, it's really good, man. I'm enjoying while playing, I'm having fun and winning.
Yeah, a good competition is always my favorite thing when it comes to circuit. When everyone's like
Mm.
13-12, 13-11, like every map. I like to see
Yeah,
it more, and it's happening more now. I know in the past there's been a lot of like, 3-0 sweeps in the grand finals and stuff. I like
yeah,
that.
it's
Yeah, go
not
ahead.
like that. Yeah, it's not like that this time. I mean, this time like it's so close, and it makes more, mm, more competitive, you know.
I agree. I like that a lot more.
Yeah,
And then also on the esports side of things, are you excited for the upcoming Worlds tournament, the World Championships that's happening at the end of the year?
yeah, it's the biggest tournament I think on Kirklopskan. So we are trying to practice for Worlds as well with our lineup. So I'm excited to play. I'm waiting for it. I'm hyped, bro.
I'll be excited too. It's the biggest tournament we've had in a while, I'm gonna say. I think it's pretty safe to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we've talked a bit about esports. I want to talk to you a bit more about the casual side of Critical Ops. So I don't know if you've heard, but they are coming out with a new 100 tier pass. It's going to be called Operation Frontier. And I was wondering, what do you think about them switching to 100 tier passes? Because most likely it will not be 30 days anymore. If I had to make an educated guess, it will probably be more like 60 days or something, and longer passes. So do you think this is going to
Mhm.
give casual players more of an incentive to sort of keep on grinding and stuff like that? Or do you think 100 tiers is too long for a pass?
In my opinion, the old one is better because it was easy to finish it, But now it's like 100 tier, and you have to focus on game if you want to finish it. So it's for someone not having time. It's gonna be hard, to be honest. But it's good anyways. You're getting, and if they add good price pools, I mean, it would be good.
I
And then
mean, we
like,
don't really know too much about what's
uh,
actually going to be in it. There's been a lot of
yeah,
theories and stuff, but I've heard it's going to be a lot better now.
yeah, I think they have to add like rewind case or arcade case. I mean, event cases. Like it will be great if they add it.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they will. I guess anything can
Yeah,
happen in these
I, I,
passes.
I hope, I hope they add.
All right, now my next question for you is a bit more about the future update that's coming to Critical Ops. So, in case you aren't aware, they have announced that there is at some point going to be a Molotov and a decoy being added to the game. And I'm wondering, do you think that this utility will actually fit into the meta? Do you think any of it will just sort of be sitting on the sidelines and not really used at all in a competitive setting?
As you know, on CSGO, they are using it, and it makes more strategy things you can do. Like, they're gonna use it, I think. They have to, because it's gonna be meta, and we have to adapt it. Like, we have to use it to win.
Yes,
It will be good.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's going to be interesting when that actually does release, but again, there really isn't a set date for when that's coming out. It's kind of in development right now. But we can focus more a bit on something that is already in the game, and that's the KSG. I'm sure you know it's a very overpowered gun right now. Actually, I do believe they've announced that they're nerfing it in the next update. But either way, if Critical Force is able to nerf it properly, do you think a longer range shotgun that does more damage can actually fit into the meta if it's like more expensive?
In my opinion, there's rules on FPS games and shotguns. We have to use it on close range, not long. So if they buff it like for long range, it will be broken, bro. It's they're gonna be it's gonna be abused, so it's hard to counter it. So it's not gonna fit into the meta, I think.
That is an interesting take. I do know, I will say this because I know they're already nerfing it so that it's going to be like seemingly balanced. The other thing I do know is that I know it's going to stand out from the other shotguns because with most of them, you don't really need like, you could just have like, you don't need the best aim, like a noob can kill you with a shotgun. But with
Yeah,
the KSG, you kind of need like more precise aim. Like you have to be aiming at like the upper chest, like if you want to guarantee like a one-shot kill, maybe even like around the neck area. That's probably like the best way to guarantee the
mm,
kill for the KSG. So I do think
mm,
it's gonna not be like, oh, it's broken. You don't need skill for this gun. But still, either way, I do see where you're coming from with the longer range shotguns. It might be frustrating to play against.
yeah. But last time they buffed Super 90, it was broken, bro. Like you can't counter it
Yeah.
on long range.
And that
Yeah.
is another gun that's getting nerfed pretty hard. So at least it will be more balanced in the future update.
Mhm.
And then final question to start to wrap this up. If you could choose any gun in Critical Ops right now to be meta again, if you could buff it that it's not that good right now and you wish it was better, which one would it be?
It's definitely SA, bro.
SA?
SA 50. Yeah. We can't use it on eco rounds, and it's not good, to be honest. Like you you have to use some guns for eco rounds, some guns for uh force rounds, and you have to use SA on eco rounds, but we can't buy it because we can't hit them. Even we hit them, we can't kill them with SA. So they have to buff it, I think, in my opinion.
Interesting. And actually, I will tell you a quick little fun fact. They are indeed buffing the damage slightly on the SA. Now, I don't know if you played the SA much in ranked and stuff like that when they didn't have heavy armor. Because I'm sure you
Yeah,
already know they're removing heavy armor in the next update. And
yeah.
so I can tell you they have announced they are gonna buff the SA, but it was already down. It was back to a 2 burst, I believe. With if you're full HP, full light armor, I believe it was a 2 burst with the SA if you hit body
Yeah.
shots. But they are still
But
buffing the damage anyways, so I think your wish might actually be granted in this next update.
but with heavy killer, you can't kill them. I mean,
This is true, but again,
yeah.
I don't. The heavy Kevlar definitely is not going to be there for Worlds, so maybe we'll see a
Even
lot of SA meta in the World Championships.
even with SG, we can't kill them while headshotting them, bro. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that works out when they actually remove heavy Kevlar. If a lot of teams will be better or worse or something.
Mm, It's gonna be good for sure.
All right. Well, anyways, Max, thank you so much for doing this interview with me, and obviously, good
Yeah.
luck to G9 in the grand finals.
Thank you, bro. Hello to my fans.
Mantis, and today I'm joined by Volgrant from Invictus. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually pretty hyped for the match. How about you?
I'm doing great, and I'm also hyped for this grand finals. It's going to be probably very entertaining. Before we hop into this interview, though, can you go ahead and, for everyone watching, let the audience know a little bit about yourself and your team?
So my name is Volgrant. I am like the main firepower of Invictus, and I think my team is the best EU team right now, and we're ready to take it home.
All right. Well, obviously, we'll have to see how that ends up turning out. And then your team is facing off against the G9 in the grand finals. And so I gotta ask, are there any players that you're looking out for that you expect to perform greatly?
I think their sniper, so Fair, is gonna perform very well. So we'll have to see how we counter him. Also, Nexera, he's only 60 FPS and he performs really well, which is impressive. So yeah, these like are the main two players I would personally look out on.
All right, some great answers. Two players on the other team that are definitely threats. And then my next question for you is a bit more specific about your matchup for today. So your second map is going to be Raid, and it was actually chosen by your opponents. And according to your team's stats, you have the lowest win-loss ratio out of any of the maps that are selected for today on this map. You've only won on Raid 4 times in tournaments, whereas you've lost it 3 times. And so I'm wondering, do you feel confident about your team's performance on Raid today?
Yes, actually, I feel pretty confident. Our team feels confident. Like it's always a bit close because it's just like really easy to get on A side when you're on the T side because you can't hold it when just everyone flashes, and it's like a 50-50. Like you could manage to counter them, but most of the times it's just us being like really close. Like we have a really good T side, and then somehow we start losing on CT. So we're just throwing, but like mostly it's like really close. So I do think we could take this map if we really put in the work, honestly.
All right, and then one other question I have about your maps. You've only played Village twice in tournaments, but it is going to be map number 4, for the grand final. So assuming it's not a 3-0 sweep and it does go to a 4th map, do you think your team is prepared to go against G9 on Village?
Yeah, we have a pretty good Village, to be honest. Like we already beat G9 on Polaris once on Village, so we're also pretty confident there. So I think we're gonna bring a good match also on that map. It's gonna be a bit closer though, I think, but maybe we could take it. Depends.
All right. And then my next question is a bit more about, your practice method. So I gotta know, does your team do anything different or special when it comes to practicing, considering this is the grand finals?
Well, we haven't really practiced that much. Like, of course, we're gonna go into deathmatch and train our aim before, but anything different? Not really, because we didn't really have that much time. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have to see if the no practice ends up working out for you. That'll be interesting.
Yes.
And then we're starting to close this up, but I gotta know, do your teammates ever get nervous when clashing in such a big stream tourney? Like, for example, the grand finals of Circuit. Do you think they do a good job of keeping their composure, or do they usually get nervous and stuff like that when they're losing?
Well, I think our team is not like nervous or anything. We have like one player, but other than that, like we played a lot of tournaments with a lot of experience. We won tournaments already, so I think we're gonna keep being stable. I don't think we're gonna get nervous, honestly. Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds like you guys are pretty confident then.
Yeah.
And my final question for you is, how many maps do you think this best of 5 is going to be?
I think it's gonna be 3-1 for us. My guess.
3-1.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
it's just
Well,
yeah.
yeah. I
That's
don't know what to
my
say then.
opinion.
Your opinion is 3-1? Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously good luck to your team then. Thank you for coming out to this interview. Good luck in the grand finals. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's going to be 3-1, or maybe it's not going to be 3-1. I guess we'll have to find out for everyone watching.
Yeah.
But yes, again, thank you so much for doing this interview with me, and good luck to your team in the grand finals.
Thanks.
right, everybody. Welcome back. We're getting a little bit deeper into the Circuit Season 5 finals today. We are currently sitting at 2-0. Invictus at the 2 and G9 for the O. Although now we're going to be rolling into Plaza. G9 still has a good chance to do that. Plaza is definitely a good map for their crazy antics. But so far, it's not looking too great for G9.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how that one goes. Again, G9, when all the chances seem to be against them, when all the odds are against them, they somehow make the comeback. But yeah, I'd say even for G9, man, they have to go flawless, right? Like they have to win 3 maps in a row against Invictus, and if they win Plaza, they have to play on Village and Soar, which is like completely bonkers. So we'll see how that one goes. We talked like again that we both want to see at least Village, and if everything goes correctly, then Soar as well, because Soar is just such a fun map to watch, and we don't really see that often. But yeah, honestly, I think this could be over in 3 maps. Like I'm rooting for G9 just so we get to that Soar or at least Village. But with what I've been seeing today from Invictus, they're just good and they're good consistently. Like they're great. Like they're great consistently. Like G9 are good, and then sometimes they are just exceptional, but they really fluctuate. Like their performance really changes from map to map, from round to round. When Invictus, they're like, they're just consistently doing what they need to do to win. They're on like a straight line to winning Circuit Season 5. Again, they haven't lost a single map in the finals so far. So it's going to be hard. It's definitely going to be hard for G9. Best of luck to them, but I feel like we might see a 3-0 final here just because of how good Invictus seem.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Invictus is really just rocking and rolling there, doing it better. They're doing things. They're really holding those angles, and to me, it really just looks like they're winning multi-gun duel. They're getting 2, they're getting 3, and when you do that as one person doing it, I mean, you're wrecking the other side. You're bumping them down. Half their team is now gone, and that's a really hard thing to really come back from. So again, it just comes down to, I think, if they can stop the multi kills and be able to, mitigate that, maybe lose one and then take him out, lose one, take him out, then they have a good chance at that point. That just seems to be what those pivotal moments are that really turn the round into Invictus's round, is those multi kills.
Yeah, and also Invictus, like they have players showing up all over the place. Like we had Pre in the first map, I believe he dropped 28 frags, clutching a 1v2 to actually take it over the edge in a, I believe it was 10-12 scoreline as well. So Pre has been doing really good today. And then, on the last map that we watched, he didn't really even have to show up because his teammates were there. So it's going to be really hard. And another thing is that this is Invictus's map pick. So once again, they really have all the odds, stacked towards in their favor. It really it seems like it's 1 hour and it's done. But then I would maybe agree with that a bit more if it was any other team on the opposite side. But it's G9, and like I'm not going to spoil yesterday, but they did the craziest of comebacks over 3 maps that you've probably ever seen in the Critical Ops competitive scene. Like it's the craziest comeback ever, honestly, that I've seen as a caster. So, we can never discredit the G9 factor. We can never discredit the comeback king, the fighting spirit factor. So yeah, it's going to be fun on Plaza. It's definitely going to be fun. I definitely think that G9 still believe that they are in this, as they've done, previously in other games. So even though Invictus are really, really good and they've looked like just super solid throughout these finals here, I do believe we might see some chaos. And what better map to see chaos on than Plaza? Like one of the most wild maps that you really get in Critical Ops.
Yeah, and the good news is with it being Plaza, the way, as long as they stay out of the way of stacking back to back here on the up on the back alley side, if they don't just kind of stand literally back to back, they should be fine to prevent the multi kills. Now, obviously clustering up 2-1 makes it look better, but if there's 3 versus 2, then that happens. But overall, usually with Plaza, everybody kind of spreads out a little bit. They kind of move out, kind of see what's available, investigate. And so with that being on the table for Plaza being so spread out, that should help mitigate those multi-kills for the most part. And again, to me, I think that would give them a solid chance to be able to take Plaza.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I also believe that whichever team starts on the collision side will definitely have the advantage. So far, we've seen that G9 are actually able to take both of the knife rounds, so that might be something that they have going in their favor. We'll see. We'll see how this one works out. But yeah, we are here and we are ready. This is for everything, man. Like this is the it's over. It's one game and it's over unless G9 are able to pull the comeback of like the most legendary comeback ever. The pistol round's already underway, so no knife for now. And Mixage and Vulgrant, oh, they're taking heads. They do not want G9 to give a slither of hope here. Everyone is just pushing in. Oh lord, Crux takes one on Mixage as well. So now we have a 2v2 situation. Jeppa, he is low, but the bomb plant is coming in, and Crux and Adelkeet, they are here, they are ready, they will take their chances, they will fight. Looking to retrieve the house area first so that I can move on. But Jeppa, what is that headshot? Gets one on Crux. His position is known. Oh, he actually almost takes down Jimmy, but very good team play there. And Pre able to take down Crux. This might be over, you know, as soon as it started. Invictus able to take the first one on Breach, the harder side to play on Plaza. It's, you know, it's going to be so hard for G9, especially with those XD45s now.
Yeah, so this might be a nice little easy 2 for Invictus, and yeah, look at that. They're just coming to meet him here in the middle. Yeah, they're coming in for some fun. Although still two still left alive. Nexera and Master Sadok still hanging out. Is he gonna be able to at least give a little bit of damage? They both did. Mixes almost taken out, but he gets that nice clean double. Now for the fun to begin.
Yes, now we get to the rifle rounds. Now we get to the interesting side of things. So we have 4 AUGs against 3 AKs and then 2 SGs. You don't really see AKs being used that much in the meta anymore, just because SG is, you know, a bit more expensive, but, you know, superior in almost every single way. I personally love the AK, you know, it's definitely my favorite weapon in Critical Ops, but, you know, meta changes, things change, you have to adapt. So that's what we're seeing here. It's actually interesting that Recurse, Jeppa, and Mixage bought AKs even though they had money for SGs. Maybe that's a preference thing, we don't know, we'll see. Oh, Fair almost spots head there, but nothing yet. Now he spots it, but Jeppa, that positioning is absolutely off the charts. Crux, meanwhile, taking down Mixage.
Yeah, it looks like the B side is where they want to go. Now they've got to worry about both these sides. Nexera actually in a really nice position. Keeping it nice and safe, but not safe enough from Vulgrant. They'll keep giving the information of the assistance is needed. They'll keep Master Sadok getting one each, making it look a little bit better for them. They now have an extra member above Invictus, although Bree and Vulgrant are still alive. Both still heavy contenders. And they'll keep able to get the jump on him. Same for Crux. They're able to come in and get their first round.
Yeah, G9 do not want to let this one slide. Again, the team that wins the pistol in the next one somehow almost always loses the first rifle round. I don't know how that works. I don't know why or, you know, for what reason, but seems like that is the case. And I mean, look how much that has done for the side of G9. Now Invictus, their economy is in shambles. Like, they have to go 3 Deagles, P250, and the shotgun. That really isn't, you know, a buy to defeat G9. But that one shotgun, we know how good shotguns are, especially in close ranges, and Plaza is a map of short ranges. Unless you get on the side, there are so many dark alleyways where you can just get completely blown off, get your head blown off with a shotgun. And Master Sadok and Adelkeet, yeah, they do not care. Throwing the nades, getting the frags, peeking. Master Sadok is an absolute tear right now. Gets a quad kill, just drags those kills up, and as quickly as it started, as quickly as the lead for Invictus started, G9 are back in fight.
Yeah, they are. I'm pretty sure at this point he only has to get, I think, 2 more kills, and he's beat his last match score. So he's doing a lot better this time around, you know. And you know, at this point with Invictus, it's going to take a majority of the team, if not all of the team, to activate. And having Master Sadok, you know, he's again the in-game leader at this point. He has a lot to do, but unfortunately, but good news that he's doing it. He has to activate a little bit just to keep everything looking nice and even.
Oh, Mixage! What is
what?
that? What is that? He's somehow entry fragging with the sniper. The ratio is now the norm. I don't understand how, but it's working. And Fair, he has to do so much here. He's getting flashed, he's getting naded, his gun barrel might be spotted. They expect him, or do they? Yeah, Pre is on the task. He's ready. Almost a flawless round from Invictus here. Only Naxera left alive, and he's looking for frags. I mean, that's really all you have to do when your position is exposed, and it's a 1v5 situation, but he might get just boxed in, and that's exactly what happens. Invictus up to 3 again, back to back. As soon as one team pushes ahead, the other one pulls back.
Yeah. And so right now, Invictus hanging out in the lead. They got the round back, but G9 still has plenty of cash to do a full buy yet again. So this is going to be another full run for Invictus to go up against. And honestly, at this point, they really need to stay out of those long corridors and get out of the way of the sniper rifle. Not what they need to be making friends with.
No, definitely not. But with the Reekers being down here, it starts to look a bit bad for Invictus. I mean, Jepa, he has the ratio. We might see a entry frag from him, you know, with that Euratio sniper rifle, which seems to be like what most people are doing nowadays with Euratio. Again, absolutely. Yeah, look at this, like Mixage. He's taking the peak. He is taking the peak with the Euratio. And he's entry fragging. He's doing good. His other teammates watching the other side. And there you go. That's how you do it. Holding down an angle, waiting, kind of baiting out Crux. Crux thought there was a rifle. He thought that it was safe to cross because he heard the noise. Well, it's definitely not safe when Mixage is watching the angle of the ratio. So now a 4v4, and they are all moving up towards that A side of things.
Yep, and being able to get in there definitely would be good for Mixage. But right now, if Fair is in there, keeping the angle, making sure that he's not going to get spotted from the U-ratio player for Mixage. Naxera's got to come punch through the smoke, and this would be the time for Fair to slide in real quick.
Coalition wins.
And Adult Keaton Fair able to take down both Fulgurant and Mixage. They're going to go for that U-ratio. Now they've got it in their hands. And so now Master Sadok at the top, leading the team, which, I mean, the fact that, yeah, again, he's got more points than he's had all of last game. I think that's perfect. What we need to see, because we know all the other players, especially like Naxera's on the bottom, but I mean Naxera can just, you know, a good moment for Naxera would just lock it on. And here we go, the E-ratio in Fair's hands, just making it look easy. Although Pre taking him out, that's gonna at least leave the U-ratio on the ground, unless anybody else wants to pick up the mantle. But they probably, I would say, probably leave it and at least keep an eye on it. Make sure if the round ends, maybe they can get it or take Mixages again.
No, Pre, he's looking towards that belong area of things. Adelkey, though, this angle is so hard to counter. Look how small that gap is, and he is on a head glitch. Sure, it can be wall-banged somewhat, but Crux on the other side. No entry frags for Mixage with the Euratio this time. He wins in that Euratio 1v1. Oh, and so much to do for Adelkey. He's getting cornered from all directions, but, well, he does exactly what he should have. Reeker's the only one left alive. Master Sadok will completely catch him off guard, but that flick is absolutely godly. How do you do that? So just pinpoint precise. The first bullet being a headshot, but yeah, Adelkey showing up big time in this round, getting the 4th kill on the board.
Yeah, and big move for Crux to be able to hit that with U-ratio and keep it. So now it's going to go back in the hands of Fair. Want to try and do it again. So 2 kills out of the 5 in total being taken out of the U-ratio. And again, it can be such a big help because, you know, it's just 1 bullet, right? But again, you have to hit those marks, and it was just great to see that both shots connected, and that's exactly what they needed. And this one should be an easy win for them. That recurse taking down. Wait, what is happening? They just
yeah, this this is not what you expect from an eco round. Invictus, They haven't won yet, but they have retrieved 2 rifles, and okay, there you go. Not gonna happen for the 3rd time. Now they're all rotating over, and Fair has to retreat so quickly. He knows that he's gonna get rushed, so he's checking A long area. Nobody's there, but he has to be aware that A mid is a possibility. A mid could be where everyone from Invictus is at, and that's exactly right. But Adelkey, this backstab might be everything. Oh, Adelkey is doing so good in these finals. G9, they are in the lead, and that was the case on Bureau as well. In fact, they were in a crazy lead on Bureau. They were, I believe, 3 rounds up on the Coalition side, but they were just not able to, pull it over the finish line. So even though G9 look good for now, I think what ultimately matters is if they can kind of fight their demons and actually win, and actually, when they have a lead, hold on to it and bring it over the finish line.
Yeah, it's being able to take that over the edge is the biggest thing. And, they just keep going, do what they do. And right now, with Master Sadok down, I think that still totally possible. They still have a good chance for this. You just gotta, if Fair can really get these shots. Because if he can just, as all he's gonna do is get two bullet connects. That's all right.
Oh, Mixage. And Pre with another one.
No.
Fair misses the shot. He does not do what you said. Oh, they're going for knife now. Oh, that would have been a sick click, but finally, Volgren takes Fair down. So now only Nexera left alive. This screams Invictus round any day of the week. They are looking around. He's looking around, trying to find any opportunities, but even if he gets given 1 or 2, he has to find 4. And I don't think Invictus are gonna just rush at him with his knife out. Even though that's what Mixage did, probably not the whole team. So it seems like he's just gonna save the weapon. Pretty good decision. I mean, Adelkey is literally on $0, so every rifle, literally every utility even can help. So just a normal save round right here. Or is it? Because Recurse, he's smelling blood here. He's looking, he knows, and actually pre-fires Nexera. Probably spotted the gun rifle there, the gun barrel there. So, yeah, no saving for G9, and now they might have to go eco. Adelkey is 1,000.
Yep, and that's just kind of what it looks like. Yeah, they're gonna have to bring it back, and then that's gonna be for Invictus to tie it up again, and again we go back and forth. But it's who can take the lead, but then keep the lead. I know it's such a hard thing to do. I mean, you're just saying, oh,
he got that kill. He got the kill. Did you see that?
Oh,
it was like 0.1 seconds before dying. He got connected the final bullet, but it's not really gonna matter in the long run, is it? Nexera here is the only one left alive, and I feel like G9, some players on G9 need to step up big time because Adelkey is on 13 frags, alright? He's, I believe, even maybe dominating the server, but he's doing really well. But then there are other players who just they've had their game, sure, but it seems like for G9 they have this problem where one player shows up and is just completely incredible, but then the rest of the team kind of lacks, and they cycle this. They have 5 players on rotation that have an insane game, but then the rest do not have one. So I think that is the biggest crutch for G9 right now, is that they're not able to kind of put all of their heads together and just go at it 5 at a time. And Mixage, he's been so crazy in this game. Mixage has taken Pre's spot of entry fragging, and he's doing it so well. Just shows that they have 2 very over-skilled players on the side of Invictus, able to just do whatever it takes to get the frags here. And Nexera and Adelkey are alive, but Recurse, he's definitely looking for opportunities here.
Yep, it looks like they just figured out where the bomb is. As you can see, Adelkey sees it and is rushing to get a nice long-range position, although Recurse about to go the anti-long range. Potentially. Or is he just going to try and get to the side and save it?
Yes, saving might be an option. I mean, perhaps, because, okay, I didn't take a look at the economy.
It's the money.
Go for it. Yeah, just go for it, dude. But seems like he's playing this very cautiously. Maybe they all want to rock auto snipers or something with full Kevlar and then 5 different nades for each. I don't know why they're saving this much cash, but I mean, Invictus so far are 2-0 up in the series. Like, don't really have to question any of their decisions. They simply know better, it seems like.
Yeah, and whatever the reason is, they're gonna let that happen. And again, it's one more round before the flip, but this is again could be the big brain of like,
Coalition
now we can at
wins.
least have that. We don't have to worry about having to buy it, and they could just, I don't know, maybe they're gonna have a giant pool of equipment back here that they can just grab it, throw it, come back, reload, go back, and just just for the memes and just flashbang constantly. But I guess we'll
I
have to see what
thought
the
for a
plans are.
I thought for a second that they're like gonna just drop the snipers and spawn and just buy another rifle. It seemed like because I thought I saw it disappear from the player feed. But yeah, they do have the ratio. It's on Mixage, and Mixage again has taken Pre's spot of an entry fragger. I mean, there you go. Pre goes down as the entry fragger, but Mixage so many rounds has been the first
no.
one to get a kill. And Jepa, oh, he is just jumping on players there. Sadak, he has to defend this bomb site. G9, they desperately need the 7th round. Playing on the breach side is going to be way harder. And he's actually able to get the headshot, I believe that was, but that's not enough when you have Kevlar. So Adelkeet, he's just looking to get anything through the smoke that he can. They have to go for it because it's the last round, but with Adelkeet, only one left alive. They actually don't check that he's there, but there you go, they do. Recurse takes the flick, and that is an equal scoreline on the switch. Again, this is a bit more collision-sided map, but I mean, with what we've seen from G9 so far, it can really go both ways.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, right now Invictus is looking good to prime it, to take it home, but because now all they have to do is sit back and defend the bomb sites. But again, as we talked about in the pre-show, of if G9, if they want to use their aggression to their advantage, they can. Especially with not getting multi-killed, but if they could split down the middle and hit the A site, or split it up and hit B, because again, we saw them do coordination through their nose, where they could just enter a site at the same time, 3 different directions, and they don't know what to do, which is perfect. And it looks like that might be what they're trying to do. They're just overwhelming in 3 different areas, and that is what I expect to see.
Yeah, G9 getting a very, very needed round here. Getting the pistol. Now they should be able to safely win this next one and put the 8th one on the board as well. I mean, Invictus literally has XD45s. Like, they haven't bought anything. This seems to be the most prevalent strategy in after you lose the pistol round, which kind of makes sense because the next round you're able to spend those big bucks and actually get the big weapons. Vulgran, though, he's so aggressive. He's peeking long range with that XD45. Sadak, though, finds Pre. I guess entry fragging on the collision side doesn't really work that well. So there's 4 players left alive, and I mean, it's really a matter of time. Like, they're gonna get this frag, yeah. Fair gets one on Vulgrant, goes down, so now, is there really anything they can do? Fair just flicking, getting those frags. Alright, Jepa gets the honor kill, but with that, it finishes. Adelkeet gets the frag. And G9 again, they're pushing ahead, but nothing is really decided yet. Nothing is ever decided when these two teams compete.
No, I mean these two teams go back and forth so much. You never really know until literally that 12th round, and even if it's the 12th round, you don't even really know until it ends, because somebody could just do a 1v3 and be done with it and keep it going. So again, until the timer stops, until that 13 pops on the board, it's still anyone's game.
Yeah, for sure. The first rifle round since the switch, seems like G9 are going for quite a slower approach to things, and they're also trying to take B site more than the A site. Invictus absolutely loved going A. Seems like G9 so far, they're kind of attacking the B side of things a bit more, and that might be a problem for Pre, who's holding a pretty nice angle there, but it is something that gets pre-fired, or at least checked quite a lot. Recurse gets smoked off, that's really good smoke. Oh, Pre, that's not good. He tries to do anything that he can, but meanwhile Recurse gets a double, so that's quite good. But Adelkeet being on low HP, and Fair is actually able to get a kill there, so 1v2 now. Adelkeet, he has been the man of the match so far, like 19 kills to 6 deaths. That is an absolutely insane scoreline, but well, this is really a lot to ask. It's a 1v2, he's low on health, he's 16 HP. That means when you find a rifle on the other side, it's probably a single bullet. So he has to do a flawless clutch. He has to do a I'm taking absolutely 0 damage clutch. And they might actually let him plant, which is quite interesting to see. He's trying to look for angles, drop on sight. Look for CT, but yeah, they're just going to play it slowly. They know that Adelkeith might be low, and they're just going to push together. So that was a very good strategy by Invictus, not letting Adelkeith isolate any 1v1 gun duels and just playing together there.
Bomb has been defused.
Yeah, just making sure that he couldn't just pick one off and then pick the other one off. Definitely the best choice that they could possibly do. And using the sound cues, waiting to hear the first beep, being able to put it down. I mean, you couldn't really ask for a better strategy at that point. So, and now, Victor's still not really far up there as far as what they're using. I mean, we still see at least most everybody's got everything they need except for Vulgrant, really. But going all deagles? Not sure how, multiple hand cannons could go, but at least it's not to get a shotty. It should be, might be a little bit better, but.
Oh, Jeppa, he takes a big leap there. Almost able to get the frag. I mean, the player on the opposite side. Volgrand, oh, he's pushing 5 players with the shotgun. What is happening here? Jeppa is finally able to find one, and Mixage has been so good this game. That is exactly what Invictus needed. This round was over as soon as it started. Jeppa and Volgrand, they are on low health, but it was pretty much a clean round. I mean, literally 0 players on the side of Invictus went down. So G9 able to have that economy reset now, able to buy up. And this is where it starts to get interesting, because G9, as much as they love to come back, it might be a pretty hard one to make.
Yeah, they definitely need to maybe not be the comeback kings for this one and just, keep the lead. that'd be pretty good. I mean, to come from behind is always great, but right now it's definitely keeping it clean would definitely be the best bet for that.
Yeah, for sure. We can see Invictus here is able to take down Master Sadak, so no more Sadak in this round. Utilities are being dropped towards the collision spawn as well, just to have that advantage later on in the game in case you need them. Pre trying to get a wallbang there. Oh, Recurs, this is what is happening. Crux, he is fully flashed. That's that happens, sometimes a really good flash just completely ruins the round, but I mean, it's not ruined yet. Invictus, they are 2 on the B side things, and Naxera with that opener, things might change for the better for G9, and Fair has really good position as well. I mean, Jeppa is checking that, he is aware, but it all comes down to timing, if Fair is actually able to do something from there, but Pre! That is so nasty! Eliminates all threats, and Jeppa able to put the final one in. With Fair going down, that's 9 on the board for Invictus.
Yep. Invictus now taking the lead. I mean, Adolki taking the top spot, doing 20. Naxera Crux down there with 6, 10, and 11. But, I mean, everything looks super even across the board for Invictus with 16, 13, 12, 11, and 8 right there at the end. So, they're just seem to be just doing a little bit better. And like I said, I think as far as activations go, we might need to start seeing a little bit more activation from everybody as a whole. And so that might be Nexera and Crux, bringing it up just a wee bit.
This started off like a good round for G9. Like, it was a 2v3, and when you only have Deagles, that's a pretty good outcome. But now it's a 1v3, and this just seems so impossible. This screams double digits for Invictus. And even though G9 are able to fight and, take their chances and actually pull back, I feel like this mentally is just like starting to get to them. This is the 3rd map. They've lost the first 2. They're down. They're on the kind of worst side to be on when you're on Plaza. Like, Collision is just easier to play on. So this is forever. Like, if G9 are able to make this comeback right here, I wholeheartedly believe that we can even go the distance and go to the 5th map. But this is gonna require so much like just mental fortitude to actually do so. Mixage throwing in some smokes and nades. That is a pretty decent thing to do in that situation. Bomb is down on Adelkey though. There we go. This is an opener. This is something. Invictus, they're not looking to let this one slide though. Sadak though throws one to the face. So now 3v4. G9, they have to get this round. Their economy is not really the best either. So this would mean like a lot to them.
Yeah, and they just gotta really. I think if they can just not lose any more and take out one more, obviously that would be prime for them to be able to take this one. So right here with Pre, if they can take Pre out, that'd be great. Yep, a little bit of damage. Although that grenade does hit a little hard. But we're gonna see Recurse over here off to the side trying to keep him down just a little bit. But again, if they can take one down, be great. Here we go. And now it's a 2v4 Nexera kind of low. But that's fine. Now they gotta worry about this head glitch piece here. Going to be hard to take out. And yeah, Nexera. But being primed, being the low one, so now they've got the information. They know where he is. That's going to be great. Vulgarant able to take down one, so it's a 1v2. Vulgarant running up. Both looking pretty good. Got to get the reload in. It just
No, he's
little bits of
looking.
damage matter.
He's looking. The flash is there, flash, but there's not really much that he can do. G9, they know they just have to hold this one down. Like, it's a run against the clock for Vulgrant, and he's not even able to find a single opening here. G9 are doing their best to at least get this round and perhaps build on top of that. Oh no,
There we
Sadak.
go.
That was so close, but Sadak actually does take him down.
Yeah, that was just a little cat and mouse. But as soon as he got the word to move, he moved. And he was out in the open. And so that was great. I mean, you could be the best flicker in the world to pop over, but there was absolutely not enough. As soon as his teammate was dead, he pops, gets the kill almost simultaneously.
Yes, and G9 seems like they are starting to put in the effort a little bit earlier than when it's too late. So I mean, it's only a single round. Invictus are still in the better position, but if G9 are able to get this one, economy isn't looking that good because G9 only Invictus only have $3,000 to their name. So if G9 are able to take this round, we might be looking at an equal scoreline, and then Invictus might have to go eco. So they could completely turn this game on its head if only they're able to get this round. But seems like they also understand that. They understand the pressure, so they're not going to just rush in, take their chances carelessly. They're going to scout around. They're going to play slowly. With 50 seconds remaining, there have been no engagements yet, but smokes are being thrown, so all the action is going to happen in a very short time span here.
Yeah, and at this point, they got to play it safe just a little bit, but also still keep that aggression, but keep the crosshairs where they need it to be. I think whoever the first opener is going to be massively important. Right now, it definitely may be going over to Invictus. 2 down, but 1 still going down. 3 is out. That's fine. But Vulgarant
There's only
still
20
in this.
seconds.
Yeah.
But they're not checking this. They're not checking this. Adelkeed gets on site. There's no way. Yeah, Mixage's position is just superior here. With the bomb down, there's really nothing that Crocs can do. He might take the frag. He might even kill the other one. Sure, kill him. But there's no time. There is simply no time. Mixage, the man of the match, has been playing this to perfection. That position changed absolutely everything for Invictus.
Yeah. Right now, should be pretty even across the board as far as what they are able to buy, potentially. Well, actually, maybe not. Yeah, they still were able to get majority killed on Invictus, and they're able to still get some decent weapons, but, is that going to be enough? Because, I mean, they're not broken as far as, but they're not able to buy everything that they would like, so kind of see if that ends it or not.
Invictus, they're up to 12. Like, there's no way that Nexera, I want to believe, but there is no way that Nexera clutches this one. So, yeah, G9, I mean, again, as much as we call them the comeback kings, like, this just seems like Invictus truly are the better team. Not even seems, like, from what we've seen so far, everyone is just showing up. Like, look at the leaderboard, right? Like, if you compare Recurse and Adelkeed, right? Like, Adelkeed even has more kills. But I feel like the problem with G9 is that they have players that show up every single game, but then the rest really doesn't. And they cycle the players that show up, but it really seems that their biggest downfall is simply having a very inconsistent individual performance. So, this is very interesting to see. is able to take the frag there. Nexera and Master Sadak do refrag, so now a 2v3. This is for everything. Invictus. Can we crown them the champions? Mixage takes one and Jepa the other one. And with that, Invictus have officially won Circuit Season 5. Congratulations. Congratulations to them. They really were the better team. G9 tried. G9 had their moments, especially in the semis, but with what we see from Invictus in this finals here, like, what can you really do? They're simply the best. And it shows in the score. Congratulations.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, double 19, 17, 15, 14. I mean, that's just solid. Everybody was super close, super even. Everybody showed up, did what they did, and nobody was really running away with it. Mixage and Recurse, I mean, they're both almost 20 bomb. And by being able to do that, and everybody saying super close, everybody double digits, it just inherently happened. And they're able to take 3-0 on the best of 5. And so Invictus, congratulations for being the new champions, and will be getting that oh so sweet Circuit Season 5 skin. Maybe they'll let me hold it one day, right? Maybe they'll just let me hold it, and then maybe invite me to a lobby and say, "Hey, you wanna use it? I have no ability to ever win one of these, but just for the funs of sharing is caring, right?" So that'd be a great day, David. But this is what they're winning. It looks absolutely beautiful. And again, if you guys see this online and ranked, just know you are in the midst of champions, and it's going to be a hard time. Hopefully you have the chops to do it. I definitely wouldn't, but I definitely shouldn't be paired up with them whatsoever as far as being an opponent. Nope. That's going to be a hard rage quit.
Yeah, for sure. If you play a rank game and you see that a gun has been dropped, you know that there's a certified killer on the server. That you need to be aware that like this might go very badly for you. So an absolutely beautiful skin. Again, huge congratulations to Invictus. Able to take the best of 5 in 3 games. That's not really something you see often, especially with how close the finals have been so far, leading up to the actual finals today. Like we saw 3 teams that really could have taken the final spot. It seemed like, at least, like G9, Invictus, and Hammers, all 3 of them seemed so good. But yeah, with what we saw from Invictus today, I mean, they were just better prepared. Like there's no other way around this. G9, again, congratulations to them as well. Making to the finals is you're still one of the top 10 best players if you actually make it to the finals. So huge congratulations to them. But again, I feel like their biggest downfall was the fact that they were not consistent, like individually. Like they had some insane performances, but then just like sometimes, something didn't go their way. Again, congratulations to both teams. We hope to see all of the teams that participated in Circuit Season 6 as well. Also, if you are someone who's maybe new to the critical ops scene, you're watching Circuit and like, yeah, that looks pretty sick. I want to hit no scopes like fair in the finals. Well, you can actually do that. You can compete in Circuit Season 6, and also you can clip the best moments. So you can go rewatch the stream, clip it, then download Zuvi and upload it, and you have a chance to get free money. Who would say no to free money? You have $200, $130, just like arm's reach away. All you have to do is like a few clicks of the button. So yeah, download Zuvi, upload your top clips of the circuit now that it has officially ended. You can definitely find a lot of top clips, especially yesterday. Again, I won't spoil it, but if you haven't seen it, go rewatch yesterday's stream. It was absolutely incredible. And yeah, congratulations to both teams. Thank you to everyone who has watched.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just an absolute fun time, and to see Invictus, I wouldn't say casually, because I mean they're fantastic. They did great work, but almost casually walk all the way to the end. They take it in 1, boom, next step. Take it in 1, boom, next step. Now they take it in 3. I mean, at least into the final tournament. We'd have to get the stats for the main tournaments, but at least through the final tournament, they clean sweeped it. I mean,
yeah, I even forgot to mention that. Yeah, that's a really important thing as well. Like, yeah, Invictus, they're undefeated in terms of matchups, but also in terms of maps. Like, taking the finals of 3-0, that is definitely something. I'm kind of sad we didn't get to see Village and then
what was it, Soar? We got it on the end. I really wanted to see Soar. That. But, congratulations, Invictus, but, I mean, come on, we could have had Village and Soar, but I guess they decided that was probably a bad idea. They didn't want to do it, so yeah, it's totally fine. They're able to take it home. They don't have to worry about all the craziness that we were hoping for. They don't have to worry about it now. They're gonna take it. They're gonna get their skin. They're gonna get all the credits and cash that they absolutely deserve, and they're gonna be walking out here champions. And but still, G9 too. Congratulations for taking second place. You guys are still runner-up champions by all means. You guys worked really hard to get here, going all the way down to the lower bracket to the consolidation, and just sweeping your way all the way back up, and barely getting just that last thing. I'm not gonna spoil it. Go watch the last stream from yesterday. The last thing to just squeak in. Beautiful. So you guys are still champions. You guys are still fantastic. So keep up all the good work, and definitely keep the practicing. And for Circuit Season 6, you guys have a wonderful and great chance to be champions as well. But sadly, that's it. That's all we got for Circuit Season 5 here for Europe. We still have South America and Asia as well in the coming weeks. So guys, tune in next week for SA, and you guys can check that out. It's always good to, scope out the competition in other regions as well. Because people do things completely different on these maps. I mean, it's not just a set thing to do. It's per region. Everybody has their own thing. So it's fantastic nonetheless. But also, we got to thank everybody in the background. Again, Mobile Esports, Compact Esports, Critical Force, the devs making this whole thing happen. But there is one thing still left to be done. Twist, you want to take it away?
I believe so, yeah. So there's a giveaway for everyone who has been watching so far, for all the people who watched. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can actually win free stuff. Imagine more free stuff. We offered you a chance to win some free money, but you can also get some free stuff, win the giveaway. So please, if you want to participate, post your player ID in the live chat. Again, player ID. There's the in-game name. That is your name. That is letters, maybe numbers. But then there's the player ID, which you get when you click on your profile. So please post that string of numbers in the live chat and get a chance to win some amazing prizes from your lovely developers. So that's that. Thank you again to everyone who watched. Like, it has been the most fun weekend of casting for me in my life, just because of how fun the games were, especially yesterday. Again, I can't hype this enough. If you haven't seen yesterday, go watch yesterday. Thank you to everyone who watched, who supported. Thank you to everyone who participated. Again, partake in Circuit Season 6. When it comes out, sign up. What's the worst that can happen? You're going to lose, learn from that experience, be better in Circuit Season 7. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, I guess that's it. That's how the finals end. INVICTUS, the crown champions. Yeah, we're ready for Circuit Season 6, and also the Critical Ops Worlds finals, the Critical Ops Worlds tournament that will come quite soon. So that's some exciting things coming up. Hey, Master, thank you for casting with me. I think this was a great final weekend. It's been some
absolutely.
Good times. Yeah, and with that, we'll see you guys next season. Bye.